Welcome back, friends and real ones. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. I, of course, am your host, RealGrogg, where we explore the post-apocalyptic and survival games out on the market, and today we are trying something a bit different in the survival genre itself. We're going to be jumping into Oxygen Not Included, produced by Klei Entertainment, released in early access back in 2017, and after a couple of years there, it then was released in its final form in 2019, and since then has been gaining a huge fan base and is very fun. I'm a big fan of it so far. I've been playing it for a couple of days, and if you ever played anything else from Klei Entertainment, very much like Don't Starve Together, which are punishing, Lovecraftian survival games, really difficult, but extremely fun. A big fan of those. This is made by the same people, and you can see a lot of that influence coming through really beautifully. I'm a huge fan of this game. We're going to go and drop right into it because it is well worth your time. But here we are, Oxygen Not Included. How beautiful is that? But I want to say hello to everyone in the chat so far right off the bat. Miss Marin, Alfie Guilford, it is phenomenal to see you. And of course, we got to shout out the Stream Elements bot because we got to say hi to them. I know they're a bot, but I just like seeing them. But welcome back. A beautiful Monday night here, and I'm very excited to try this game out. See how far we can get, and hopefully get into a self-sustaining, successful colony. Of course, as we're getting settled, let me know how I'm looking, how I'm sounding, and hopefully everything's coming to you just fine. But welcome in. We're gonna go ahead and start a new game right off the bat, and we've got a couple of thoughts, couple of options. You can do survival mode straight up, which is gonna be pretty much how the game, in my opinion, was intended to be played. You have far less time to correct and fix any terrible disasters that are happening in your colony. Or we have no sweat mode, which is a more chilled out, laid back sort of way. Same gameplay, everything's the same, except you have way longer to stay alive and keep your things going. So as it says, in survival mode, stay on your toes and one step ahead of the unforgiving world. One slip up could bring your colony crashing down. Or in no sweat mode, when disaster strikes, and it inevitably will, take a deep breath, stay calm. You have ample time to find a solution. I feel like the second one was written by Miss Marin, who, by the way, is in chat. I want to say hello to her, as well as Alfie Guilford. And Miss Marin says, "Hey-o! Never even heard of this game. Looking and sounding good. We can hear the game volume as well. Awesome! So this all sounds great so far. An excellent start. So let's go ahead and make our decision. I think we're going to go survival, because you know what? That's what we do here. We check out the survival games. So now in the chat, I dropped a quiz, or a questionnaire, I should say, about what level of difficulty we should be engaging in. And I have a 50-50 split between pretty easy, relatively easy, because none of this is easy by any means, but there's ways that it's harder, or 4 to 7. So we're split betwixt the two. And we are getting started. I've played this a little bit, and so what I mean by that, when I say difficulty levels, is as this game went from early access to its current form, they added more and more features, as you would hope would happen with an early access game. And one of those features was a variety of different asteroids, because the premise of this game is your crew crash lands on an asteroid, and as opposed to being on the surface of it, they actually dive into the middle, and so you're stuck in the middle of this asteroid, and it's up to you to escape, get your colony to survive long enough to expand to the top, and then hopefully fly out of there in the future. But so that said, all of these different asteroids, you can see, just visually they look more difficult, but also in the destination details right here, it shows each kind of asteroid itself. And so the very first one, where you start off with by default, is an ideal survival chance. And of course that's ideal, right? That's great. But a step below that is probable, likely, moderate, marginal, slim, and of course slim as well. So I don't think we should dive into the slim yet. To be perfectly frank, the hardest I've played on this so far is the probable. But if we want to shake it up and try likely, I think we could definitely do that. I do appreciate Miss Marin taking it easy on me. I voted easy 1 to 3 because I like to be successful in new games. That's just me. Have you played this one before, RealGrogg, or is this new to you as well? And so like I said, for the last couple days I have been playing it. It's out on Steam. Crazy good sale on it. It's like $8.50, $10 after tax. I couldn't but I haven't I forgot what I was saying, but basically, it's a great deal, great price. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist buying it. Alfie Gifford says I put mid because I want to see the struggle because it's easy enough, I guess. But it's easy enough, I guess. That's hilarious. Want to see the struggle? You know what? I kind of agree. I've got a game plan for how I want my base to be established. So you know what? We're gonna go with Alfie on this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and vote. You know what? I'll leave it for now. I'm gonna let it be 4-7. I think that's. Let's shake it up. Let's get crazy, because the goal of tonight, by the time we get to the end, I want to make sure that we have a self-sustaining, at least like first tier of survival elements taken care of. So enough joking around. So let's go ahead and go with. So let's see. This is the. So this is likely, moderate. Moderate's too hard, even though that is very much in the middle. Let's try likely. Let's try likely. Now I'm going to click coordinates, which you can see changes the seed, essentially. It changes this giant coordinates string of numbers and consonants, and through that, it also changes the world's traits. So I'm going to click this until I see the word now in the chat. So I'm just going to keep clicking it. I'm not even going to look. I'm just going to wait until somebody types now into the comments, and once I see that, I will stop. Okay, yep, we got 4-7, jumping up a little bit. So looks like we are in the right category right now. So I'm not even going to look. I'm not even going to look. When I see the word now in chat, that's when I know. Now, okay, Alfie says now. So I don't even know what we're going to get into, but I will take a little peek. Hey, and DJ dropping in right as we're creating a world as well. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in, everybody. It's great to have the gang here. Welcome. Great to see you all getting along as always. So this one is pretty cool. I've been curious about the subsurface ocean. So we're going to select this one. We're just going to dive right in and hope for the best. So thank you again, everyone, for being here. Wonderful to see you. I've been getting some messages from the real ones, and it's been kind of a rough week for everyone. So I hope everyone is staying healthy and happy and nice and content, and everyone is getting around safely. We got some messages in the Discord from our friend Von Fink, who we haven't seen in a little while, due to some personal things, and I just want you all to know that we are always here for you. And that goes to all the real ones, of course. And I just hope everyone is staying safe, healthy, and happy, and all that fun stuff. Live, laugh, love, you know? But so anyway, great to see you. Here's to all of you. Wonderful, as always, to be here. But now we get to the little details. Now, I will admit, I've been playing this game a couple of times, and I'm not good at it. I'm going to tell you right now. Alfie was saying they want to watch the, they want to see the struggle. The struggle's real. I am not very good at this game so far. And I've been trying. I've only watched one video on Things to Know, which was literally last night, because I was like, am I doing something wrong? You know when you play a new game and it's going well, but you're kind of like, I feel like I'm just missing one thing or two things or something like that. I thought I was, and I was in the ballpark though. I was doing okay. So I do realize, I'm going to tell you now, with all that said, pretty fresh to this game. So if you are very good at it, feel free to throw advice in the chat, and I will do my best to keep up with it. But a couple of things I have learned. So these duplicants here, you can choose which 3 you start off with. They're all sort of randomized, but you will see consistencies with almost all of them. Like this Amari character, I've had Amari numerous times, but their interests have changed every time I've had them. So it's kind of an RNG, random number generator, when it comes to the roles that people have. But there's a few things that you want to avoid when choosing your initial 3. They're called duplicants, but they're essentially clones. I don't know how in the lore that works, but it does. So anyway, so all of these things we want to make sure that we're paying attention to. And so, like, let's look at this guy. So Amari, irritable bowel, increases his bathroom use, it slows down how long it takes him longer to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to re-roll that because I don't want to have to deal with that. Basically, anything that increases your oxygen intake, your food consumption, oxygen consumption, anything that makes it more difficult for your duplicants to survive, we want to avoid right off the bat. So like we see this again. So Nisbet, bottom of the stomach, decreased calories. She's going to eat more, so we don't want that. Squeamish, cannot do Dr. Aaron's. That's actually great, because basically, if you have an option like this where they can't do something, that's okay, because you can find other people to fill that role, and it gives you a nice, easy negative trait to deal with. She's innately stylish. We're going to want somebody that can cook, that can do machinery, excavate, so that's really, really good. But you know, I'm gonna roll the dice again. I'm just going to see what else we can get, because sometimes you get lucky, and so it just keeps re-rolling until you learn kind of how, or you see something that you really, really want. Now, I do know that I want someone, so like something like that, loud sleeper, avoid them. Do not allow them to come through. But yeah, has anybody else played this game, or is there anything that anybody has seen before? Because although it's been out for a couple of years, I'm very excited to have just found it again, really, because it was on sale. And it's been a lot of fun, but it is tricky. Okay, so we're just going to keep re-rolling a little bit. Plant murderer, decreased agriculture, so he won't be my farmer. Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to make this a little bit quicker here, because I'm tired of waiting. Bedside manner. Okay, so this person, pretty good. So Bubbles is going to be, based on their science level, they're going to be our researcher. So I just went up into the that little pencil button. Rear searcher. Research Bubbles. So that'll make it easier later on, because you acquire more duplicants as you go along. Okay. So we have our researcher. We need a good worker. We need somebody who's going to be really good with clearing space and busting through walls and things like that. So I'm clicking through a little quicker, because in the interests, I'm trying to keep an eye out for something like this. Building, construction, that's great. Can't do attacking errands, increase construction, so they are going to be our worker. So Camille is our worker. And now our last person, I want to try to get somebody who's good at farming. That's going to really help us along in the early game. So agriculture, construction, that's pretty good. Can't do cooking, food morale bonus, so awesome. So Steve the farmer. All right, we have, and I was going to change the name, but I think the Dorky Pigpen, a randomly generated name, is pretty phenomenal. So we're going to go ahead and embark. So as we are dropping into the world, we spawn in pretty quickly, and before we get going on all that, I just want to check in with everyone, make sure we're all doing well. But we're also going to take a little perusal in our general area, which is not the best, to be totally honest. Oh, and we're on a more difficult world. I have to remember that. So we're going to just go ahead and pause that real quick, and spacebar pauses and unpauses, which is so phenomenal. No, I wanted to stop back into the chat over here. I'm seeing everyone talking about the difficulties of the last couple of weeks. Miss Marin's been a little sick, head and chest cold. Thank God for Advil, cold and sinus. It is the best. Literally, if you're sick, I'm not a doctor, and it's probably not legal for me to give it sort of advice. So for myself, I take Advil, cold and sinus whenever I don't feel very good. It's phenomenal. Let's see, DJ got the COVID, got the vid. I would love a head cold at this point. Just got the cove. Is the overall goal of the game to survive? Oh, okay. And yeah, my heart goes out to y'all, because it is that time of year. Sickness is around every corner, and you got to be watching out for yourself. I'm terribly sorry to hear everyone's been feeling a little off. I'm also feeling a little, like I can tell my body's fighting something off, but it's doing a really good job. I'm winning so far, so I'm pretty happy about that. I think my daily coffee is certainly helping. But I hope everyone gets better as soon as possible, and you all feel as well as you can. We'll try to keep it nice and happy and comfy tonight. But let's see. DJ avoided the vid for almost 3 years. I guess it's your time. You know, I had it in 2019 before we even had any memes about COVID, and it was intense. I thought I was going to die. But since then, nothing. I've been healthy. I'm probably healthier than I've been since then. Okay, so you'll see we're starting off in this lovely biome here. And there's a lot to go over, and this game can be intensely overwhelming. I'm not going to lie. It is a whole lot of stuff to learn and to embrace right off the bat. So doing your best to take your time is always good, and really checking out, oh, wow, what the hell is this? A pip! Okay, well, we're going to have a little pet right off the bat. That's pretty cool. But so one thing that you want to do, I don't know why this is, well, I'm just going to drop this. My little taskbar is, for some reason, there we go. It's for some reason all up in my business, so I just wanted to get rid of that. Okay. So water, food, oxygen. Those are the main components of survival in this game, and very much in real life as well. But this is pretty slim water, so that kind of sucks. But that's okay, we'll make do. But basically, I normally try to find all the water I can in my starting view and bring it all into one massive reservoir. This is about as good as that's going to get. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, I want to have 3 floors, and I want to have them each designated to a certain thing. So the upside is we've got a pretty wide cavern to deal with right off the bat, but essentially 4 by 26 is going to be the amount of space that you want to clear. So starting from the edges of the unbuilt, it's kind of nice to go from there, just so then you can get a good idea of what you're in for. So we're going to do that. 104 tiles, nice and massive. All of this stuff will get cleared out relatively quickly. And we'll do the same thing over on this side. Now, one thing I do want to point out is this right here is oxalite. Oxalite produces free oxygen, and that's extremely helpful. Extremely helpful, because for now, you know, we've got priorities. There's so much stuff we want to get done with our little duplicants. I'm actually just going to speed up time by hitting the tab button. I'm going to let them do their thing. But while they're doing it, I'm going to build a little storage. But so we want to leave that oxalite because it's free oxygen, and so this will deplete itself. So if you mine it, if you break down the mine like you're doing with all this sandstone and igneous rock, actually, so I'm going to cancel that. But so while those deteriorate naturally, it's providing us with oxygen, which you can see by this light blue color up in the top right here. You'll see the kind of the key of how your oxygen is doing. All of your F keys, F1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 12. Maybe actually just 11. What does F12 do? Screenshot? Probably a screenshot. But F11, everything through there will show you a quick sort of breakdown of what you're at. So like oxygen, this would be for power and temperature and materials, all that stuff. So it'll make a lot of sense as we go along, but it can definitely, like I said, be very overwhelming. So if there's anything in particular that's, you're going, wait, what? We'll make sense of it. Okay, but so first things first, I'm going to drop down into this reservoir, and ladders are your best friend. I will tell you that much right off the bat. They are phenomenal, and you can actually kind of use them as platforms as well. So a situation like this where I've got all this water, I'm going to build out a platform of ladders so I can get out there, and actually I'm going to end up probably building a full-on floor. But everything in this game produces oxygen, carbon dioxide, and different elements that's oops, actually, what am I doing here? I'm going to chunk it right through my oxalite. I don't want that. So maybe we'll actually wait. We're going to wait to go up because I want to wait for this oxalite to dissolve itself. But yeah, all the water accumulates CO2 on top. So having ways to like ventilate everything is absolutely crucial, and it's something that I have not mastered yet. Okay, so I am actually a little behind because my duplicants have been hard at work, as you can see. And I want to make sure that they have a place to sleep. So I'm actually going to do something I normally don't do. And again, this might kill everyone. I'm not totally sure. So we're going to test this. You can actually get morale bonuses from creating room overlays, or what you're getting room bonuses if you've ever played any sort of city builder or simulator, things like that. It's pretty common practice for this, and it's really helpful. And there's one in particular that we're going to really try to shoot for, which is the mess hall, which will then turn into the great hall. And those two will come in a little bit. Basically, the higher your morale, the better your duplicants will perform. So really, really crucial. And what you'll see me doing now, I normally never ever do this. So I'm very curious to see if it even works. But one of the room bonuses you can get is a bedroom. And so I like to, because they're super simple, especially early game, I like to create a little bedroom for our duplicants. And hopefully this will keep them healthy and happy as long as possible. But again, I normally don't do it this way, so we'll see what happens. Yes, who knows. Okay, we also want to make sure they have a place to relieve themselves. So let's go ahead and put these outhouses. We'll just do them over here for now. Things can move around for sure. It's just kind of nice to keep it all relatively organized. If you have any sort of compulsions, this game is great for it, because you want to make things as neat and clean as possible, just to make it easy on yourself. And although I've never gotten beyond what would kind of be considered like the Bronze Age in this game, it's still been a lot of fun to really see how you can see how big your colonies will get relatively quickly. It's kind of crazy, actually, how many times I've started this game, started a new map, tried to make things organized, and all of a sudden it's so big I can't even control it. And I'm like, when did this happen? And we're going to cover more of how that happens and how to avoid some of those issues right off the bat. But I do want to reach out to all of you if there is, anything on your minds, or hopefully, aside from being sick, you've been doing well. And yeah, please let me know how you're doing. How's the week been treating you? It's been great to keep in contact over the last week through Discord, like I've been saying. But it's so nice to see all of you here. So hopefully, aside from the sickness, everything is going well. And even with the sickness, you're still holding strong. I trust you are. You're all intensely awesome. So while we are waiting for these to build, it's like, hey, what's taking so long? Well, here's what we can do. We can actually add a priority by hitting P, highlighting, why isn't it letting me highlight? No, that ain't it. Okay, so this is actually a problem. So one of our duplicants has urinated all over the floor. Not ideal. Not ideal. Yeah, DJ, I'm also very sorry to hear that you're feeling crappy and tired. That vid will put you on your butt, that's for sure. It'll definitely take it out of you. Been there, my friend. So hopefully a few hours here will keep you nice and comfortable and keep it all keep you comfy, keep you happy. Okay, so I am going to continue digging out some more stuff, because that's going to be super helpful. Let's go ahead and do as much of this as we can. So if we go by that same distance, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26 by 4, and then we'll go ahead and we're actually going to add a little walkway there. But so a lot of this is task-based, where you're going to be putting a task in and letting your duplicants get to work doing said tasks. And so it's a lot of, I don't want to say waiting around, but a lot of that sort of, you got things to do, you got tasks to put on, and then you're kind of just thinking about what other problems you're going to have to fix sooner than later. And it can be tricky, but 4, 5, 6, boom, boom. So let's go ahead and do everything we can dig out of here. We'll cancel the oxalite once again, because while it's free, it's a great price. You'll see that 4 is the amount of space that I'm leaving within every room, and essentially that is because that's about as high as your duplicants can mine comfortably. They can reach that without any problems. And 4 is about as big as you need to fit, in my experience, all of the resources that you're gonna, all of the different items you're gonna be using, like a shower and things like that. They're all about that tall, so it's really nice to keep a clean, organized sort of base. First things first, I actually really, oh, I just had an idea. So we're actually gonna dig all this out, cancel these, and we are going to try to get our water to flow down to be right below us. So hopefully that'll make sense here in a little bit. But because one thing we definitely need to get this going ASAP is a water. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait until that's all built, and then we'll take it from there. Ah, nice. Okay, cool. Cool. But so, let me show you now what I'm talking about, and let's actually build a third one while we're at it. So I'm going to show you what I meant with the morale bonuses real quick. So if I hit, what is that, F11, this room right here is now green. And by doing that, I've created a barracks, which is just a single bed, no industrial material or machinery, and that's about it. For a bedroom, I just need a comfy bed, no cots, so it's got to be something else, and a decor item. So I feel like I was playing this the other night, and I actually put in something and it created a bedroom. I could have been wrong, though. I think it might have just been a barracks. So once this door is finished, this will also turn into a barracks, and that increases the colony's morale by 1. And it may not seem like much, but the more morale you have, the faster and the better your duplicants will actually learn and become. They'll level up essentially by the boost in their morale. So it's really, really important to get that as high as you can. And as we're doing all this stuff, I've got tasks aplenty for all of my people. I'm going to speed the time up a little bit just so you're not sitting here waiting on all of them to do this for me. But so you'll see, our oxygen still doing really, really well. I'm also going to create a way to. I'm going to build a way to make oxygen myself. Speaking of making things, Miss Marin says, I'm going to make a nourishing potato and leek soup tonight. I make it with DJ in mind. I'll be sending healing thoughts. That's absolutely fair and a great way to go about it. How phenomenal are our real ones? Because, yeah, sickness and we got some, like I said, some stuff with one of our other subscribers here, and it's been a rough time of year, so I wish you nothing but the best, everyone, and I wish there was more I could do to help, that's for sure. Alright. So, you'll see all of these different materials I'm using as a temporary roof for now, just because I want to prioritize other items, other reasons for doing the damn thing. But one thing I am going to start is you can produce energy yourself with this giant hamster wheel that I went into the power section. You can also do that by hitting 3 on your number pad, manual generator, and I'm going to go ahead and put this, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to put it right there. You also want to make a battery, which will store extra power, and then you want to wire it all together with these wires. By doing that, that'll actually unlock this research station as well. Actually, it's already unlocked, so I'm just going to clear a little bit of space for it. But yeah, so basically we just keep trucking along, and our duplicants do a great job. They do a great job of staying busy, staying active. This little guy here, Pip, is a wild, I don't know what they are, but a wild little creature. What are you? Pips are pesky, non-hostile creatures that subsist on thimble reeds and arbor tree branches. They are known to bury seeds in the ground whenever they can find a suitable area with enough space. Okay, so they sound like a pain in the butt that will only get in our way. Now, I just saw on my screen that the chat is somewhat being blocked by some of these resources, so I'm actually going to close that down so you don't have to stare at that. But one thing that I do want to point out is the tile floor, which, I said I was going to wait a little bit. It's basically a way to add pipes, ventilation, wiring, all that stuff through the flooring, because you can't put that in through natural earth. But you can see right here, we built these wires, but I had to destroy the earth to do it. So building tile floors is essentially what you're going to turn most of your base into. There are changes to floors later on, but primarily that's going to be your numero uno floor building material. But until I get an actual ground built underneath these they won't be usable. So definitely got to make sure that you are getting your stuff organized. All right, we are actually I should probably get this cot built either way. So I want to prioritize these tasks, and it wasn't working for me earlier, but I believe if I hit priority, click on it here, maybe I have to hold L. No? Okay, so I hit P to set the priority. So let's see if I can do it here. No? I'm not quite sure why that isn't working. Because I don't want to click on all these just to, but you know, if you wanted to, you can click on each little square, each element, each thing, and that will, you can bump up the priority and how quickly it's done and how much the focus is on that at that time. Okay, but now we've got some power. So we're going to go ahead and place down a research station, which is crucial to your colony's growth. Absolutely crucial. And you'll see all my workers doing a great job building this floor out. I'm going to basically do that on every single floor. Now here, my friends, is a moment that I wanted to point out. So this printing pod produces more materials. Actually, I'll show you. I'll just show you. So if we go into here, it shows you all the things that are happening, and you can choose a blueprint. And in that blueprint is either a care package of some random variety or a new person. One thing that I always mess up while playing this is I always just accept them. I bring in a new person, I do what I can. I'm just like, yep, bring them in, forgetting that each person will, of course, reduce your efficacy, and the amount of oxygen used will skyrocket. Same with the food. So only bring someone in when you can. This will remain. I don't know if it's indefinite or not, but you've got plenty of time to interact with a new addition. Or if anything, if you're too full and you just don't want to take the people, just take the care package. It's super, super handy, and it buys you a little bit of time. You don't have to take someone. But if you see a new duplicant that's really, really handy, if based on what you need and what you understand of your base already, whether it be, I've got plenty of oxygen, I've got plenty of food, I've got this, I need that. You learn those things, I will say, through trial and error. For me, it was a lot of trial and error. It was pretty tricky. Hopefully that's only buffering on my end, because that looks pretty rough right now. But yeah, so that's something we'll just leave it for now, because I don't even have a third bed. I need to get that going. So I actually want to prioritize this. I'm going to go ahead and put that at a level 9 to make sure this cot is built so that before nighttime, my duplicants can be okay. So they're building a floor. We've got some power incoming, and I'm going to now go into a more micromanagey aspect of this game, which a lot of it is. And like I said, there's a lot of overwhelming stuff with this right off the bat, but this is a pretty good way to go about it. Oops, I'm just going to cancel the oxalite dig. Okay, nice. And so this is assigned, this one is assigned, and this one is now assigned. So everyone has a bed, so they're super happy about that, which is great. So now that this is up, you'll see once this little block here, this little tile is finished, that should change the color. Boom, green. So you can see what I'm saying, and each one of these room overlays gives you the breakdown of what you need to create that bonus from that, and each one of them, for the most part, gives you a morale boost, which is super, super handy. Let's go ahead and drop that back out there. So as they're hard at work and they are building, I'm also going to get us ready with a pump. Actually, no, you're right. I was waiting until we were all done. So when going down, I often find this is actually the best way to do it. You build a ladder and you build, you carve out the one row on either side of it. So it's a total of three wide, as you can see, like this, 3 wide. Because that's a lot easier for your duplicants to interact with. And anytime you're dealing with water, have as many ladders as you can. It won't change the spacing of where the water lies. It will just provide your duplicants a way to stay alive, essentially, while they're working in environments. Because they are, especially for a Klei Entertainment game, they're surprisingly durable. I gotta say, it's pretty great. So Okay, so I keep checking the oxygen. We're still doing really, really well, which is awesome. But while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get this project underway because I want to show you what I've been trying to talk about. So they're using the bathroom. They're all about to go to bed. So while they're going to bed, I'm going to go up here to skills. Nobody has anything right now, and we'll come back to that, actually. So we're going to go into priorities, which right here you can manage what each individual focuses on right off the bat, or without you having to really worry about it. This prioritizes their tasks. And so somebody like Camille, who is our worker, since we labeled that earlier, we know that she's very good at constructing. So her building, we're going to double click it and move that to the top. You can left click to increase or just cycle all the way through, but that goes up, right clicking goes down. So we'll make her really, really into that. Our researcher, is that Bubbles? We'll call her Bubbles for now. I want to make sure that as soon as we're ready to research, she is all over that. That's all she wants to do. And then our farmer, Steve, as soon as we're ready to do that as well, he's going to be way into farming, and we'll just leave it as that for now. You can go way more in depth in sense of like learning who's really good at what, but for now, we'll just keep it relatively simple. And also, when they wake up, they're going to have a task to... Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. All right. How about them apples? We're gonna change it because again, we're keeping that oxalite for now. So I'm just gonna do this bottom row, and carve out this top one. But I'm gonna let that oxalite once again naturally dissolve, and we're gonna build some. We'll build up some more comfortable situations here pretty quick. Okay. Go ahead and get this out to here, I think, right? DJ sharing the generosity, saying thank you to Miss Marin for the soup thoughts. Because what's better than a soup thought? I can't think of anything. Soup's just great. Okay, let's make this frickin' wire here. So this is really, really slick. They really did a great job of the accessibility of this kind of game. So the wire is going to be built under with a tile, right? So when I click on, let me click on it. So if I click on that area, and if I keep clicking, I can cycle through every layer of item that's on there. So once you have ventilation and wiring and flooring and all these other things, it's really, really great. You can just kind of click through because you don't want to accidentally build or destroy the wrong thing. So I'm going to prioritize that wire, which we may actually be out of copper. So we're going to have to remedy that. Okay, so how is this working? That's not doing too well. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, David, when the hell do I get to, get another person? When is enough enough? And I'd say what you want to look at is this right here, which is your caloric intake on the upper left. I don't know if you can actually I don't think you can see my mouse on my display. So basically, in the upper left corner, you'll see calories, K-C-A-L, and that's going to you want that up in around 80, 90,000, but to be honest, I've never gotten it above 40,000. I've rarely gotten to a self-sustaining society, so I'm really hoping that we can do that today. But basically, once you have enough food, you've got oxygen producing, and you've got all those things going well, that's when you'll be able to keep expanding your colony here. So I think we're ready. Okay, we're ready to research. And first things first, we want to think long term. We want to be thinking about farming. So in the top here, because again, you want to talk about overwhelming. So here's your skill trees. Here's all the things that you will eventually learn or try to learn. Can I not get rid of this thing? I don't want to filter. Yeah, I'm zoomed all the way out and I still can't even see everything. So all of this, it's crazy. It's a whole lot. So the best advice I can give for this game that I've learned so far is take it bit by bit. There is, kind of a time frame because you don't want to starve to death, you don't want to die, but bit by bit, bite by bite. That's your best option. One thing I like to do is so you can click on one. If I click on basic farming right here, which is highlighting, that would learn me that one. But what I like to do is I'll click on the second one, and you'll just continue your research all the way through, which is super handy. In case you don't notice that your research is done, it'll automatically kind of fill you in that, or it'll just keep the ball rolling and you'll be good to go there. Okay, so I'm kind of trying to get us set up for a for our fourth duplicant as well. I want to get a bit more action, but I need to get water. So we're going to do a couple things here. One, we are going to plan on, okay, so we need a place to sleep. We're working on that. We've got that. We're going to want a more machine-based, more energy-focused area. I'm going to keep that right here by our duplicant printer. And everything can be moved, but you have to deconstruct it and build it elsewhere. So moved in the sense of, you know, you can build it somewhere else. Now, I'm going to... Okay, so we've got the energy. We've got this. I basically want to turn... Maybe we'll make another level. Maybe I think we'll do that, actually. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to here. And we're going to make a... We're going to plan our farm up here. This level I want to kind of think of as my farm. So, actually, I'm going to cancel that because that's a dumb idea. We're going to wait until the research is done, and then we will... Oh, okay. Miss Marin, doing me a favor, pointing out that the game volume is a little loud, so let's go ahead and drop that to there, and hopefully that will work out a bit better. I was a little concerned about that earlier. There's a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot of drilling. There's a whole lot of craziness. So thank you for letting me know. I just want to check my numbers here. Okay, so that's 34. Oh, right, because I'm going from right here, I believe. 26. Okay, cool. So yeah, so some of this stuff I'm going to be moving. I'm going to be modifying. Okay, let's see if I can do it this time. I just want to change the priority. Ah, there we go. Okay, so what I did, interesting. Okay, so to change the priority, which I should have known a while back, is you hit P, and then at this stage, you can change what number at that point. So I'm hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you drag it across whatever tasks you want to make a more, you know, prioritized task. All right, I want to make sure that I'm also good over here. 25, 26, so I think so we got one more to go. I'm a big fan though of how they have the hotkeys for this. It's super slick. When I first started, again, the game is it is still very overwhelming, but I really appreciate how you can. Your keyboard is really the control panel of this. You are very omnipotent in this role, and it's super handy. All right, let's go ahead and speed this process up a little bit. So again, I'm going to change the speed using the tab button. This just makes time go a little quicker, so we can kind of get things going. Okay, and you'll see them taking little breaks. You can see all this carbon dioxide. They're just standing there breathing that in. But again, the duplicants are pretty tough, and they're smart enough to know that they should not be breathing it in. So once they have reached a level where they're like, I'm done, I don't want to breathe this anymore, they will actually go ahead and, well, let's actually cancel that. Yeah, we'll keep that as is. And we'll destroy this one ladder. And I'm going to do that because I've got a plan for a little bit from now. But so basically, I dug that a little bit deeper because I'm hoping once I destroy this wall, it will actually cascade this small water reserve into that. And it won't be a whole lot. I really was hoping for more. But, you know, you deal with the hand you're dealt with. So, Miss Marin pointing out that does sound better, so thank you very much. Awesome, that is good to know, good to know. Yeah, all right, so those people should all be asleep. They're in their beds, they're nice and comfy, they are getting their little bonus. Let's see, okay, so this was my concern. Oh, never mind, I just hit the wrong button. Okay, so that's good to go there. Let's go ahead and get another storage bin. Yeah, we'll wait till it's full. Now this oxalite is still doing a great job, kicking butt, still producing plenty. So we, as you can see, we can breathe really, really well. We've got a lot of breathing room, which has always been a downfall of mine. But this is what I've never been very good at, is water areas just crush through carbon dioxide, and it's crazy. I don't really understand it. But that said, speaking of CO2, I did see a little trick the other day. So this is not me. This is somebody I watched on the intranets that showed this trick. So I'm going to build this a little lower. I'm going to build this one a little lower, and I'm going to go up a couple. And since we've been studying farming and techniques like that, this will actually, we can now build a ration box. And if we put this ration box in this little U-shaped ditch, the CO2 will sit on top of it, and apparently it keeps the food more fresh than if oxygen was getting to it, just like in real life. So CO2, which will always, yeah, you see, it's kind of sitting right there, CO2 being the red. We're going to add all food to that. So I actually like to do this just to get it out of the way. We'll deconstruct that bit of food. So hopefully all of our food will be stored in this bin instead, which will give us a bit more freshness and longevity in our dining experiences. So that's super, super handy. Okay, so we've got, see, look at this. Okay, nice. We just doubled our food, so that's very, very good. The oxalite is depleting. Now, I think this area right above our sleeping area will become our mess hall, which again is going to give us a great boost to our morale. Oops, wrong button. So I want to get this going. I want to build a pneumatic door. And this is kind of my way of just remembering that that's where I want to block this room off. I want to make sure that this is good to go. And to do that, though, so for a mess hall, we need mess tables. It doesn't specify how many. So I'm going to basically just make one for every duplicant I have, with the thoughts of expansion in the future. So we're going to try to unlock that tier, which actually we just did. Hey, look at that. Great timing. So this right here is the mess table. It's actually a very easy morale boost to get early on. And we have also unlocked the farm tiles. So I've been throwing a lot of information at you. Whole lot going on. Whole lot of stuff to swallow. So I appreciate you dealing with all that. But now that we've kind of gotten to this stage, this is great. This is really, really good. And now that that research is complete, you always want to have something working. You want to have somebody studying up. And eventually, we want to try to get off of running on the hamster wheel to provide power. Because that's, I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. This is literally a hamster wheel that one of your people has to stand on and run and produce energy, and that's tiresome. So we also want to try really hard to get the coal generator. That's going to be really, really good, but it also does produce CO2. And again, I've never gotten that to work properly. I'm actually pretty bad at that. I've played 2 different colonies that essentially everyone just suffocated to death. So take as much of my advice as you want. I don't know. It's never good. But hey, we'll see what happens. But so I'm just going to give a quick scan of everything we want to do. Now, this game definitely has a don't starve feel, says Miss Marin, and you are absolutely right. The depth of things to kind of focus on is really, really intense, and there's so much right off the bat. And I appreciate that Klei never seems to hold your hand. They're always, like, you can see over in the top left here, there's all these different things you can do, and as in, like, you can click on this and it will give you a breakdown of what that thing is, you know, and it's all out of this codex or out of the little infographs. But even those infographs are packed full of information that's like, Jesus, how am I supposed to absorb all this? It's so much. But again, if you just take it bit by bit, it's way more digestible and a lot easier to take care of. But that said, I've never successfully gotten a self-sustaining colony yet. So tonight, if we're capable of doing it, I'm very excited because it's a rarity around here that I've actually gotten any success with it. So let's go ahead and keep this ball rolling. Okay, so they're breaking all this down. They're going to keep everything but the or they're going to destroy everything but the oxalite, and then it'll be good to go. So, and then from there, I actually want to go. I really just want to finish this. I want to finish this room because I think we should be ready to. To introduce another character here, which hopefully, actually, let's see. Let's analyze what we're gonna need here. So, I would say, we have a farmer. Now these aren't the best people, and so here's. I mean, just based on what we're going to need right now, which I think we really should focus on, like a builder and another worker would be really, really great. It's kind of counterintuitive. You would think that a doctor or something would be really, really helpful, and they are, but in the late game, a point in the game that I haven't really gotten to yet, and your duplicants will get sick, they'll get food poisoning, all this stuff, and I can't help but go, oh my god, they're going to die, but they're surprisingly resilient. So even if they're sick, you really don't have to worry about it. Once we get showers and proper bathrooms and hand sinks, it'll reduce all of these issues so much that we're going to kind of try to breeze right past the early stages, not worry about the sicknesses that are incurred along the way. But I think when we are ready, I think we're going to take this Liera character. We can reject them all. We definitely could, but that might be a bad idea. Or I think for tonight we'll be okay. And honestly, immune to food poisoning. She's a gourmet and is good at decorating. So, you know, real survival skills that people really need. Miss Marin says this definitely has a Don't Starve feel, but different. I like it a lot, and I do too. I was very much expecting like Don't Starve 2, but they've done a great job of creating something entirely different. You know what? I'm just tired of looking at this oxalate. I'm just gonna destroy all that. We're going to bring the priority up to 9 again on all this stuff because I really want that taken care of so we can bring in a 4th person. All right, back to the research, which I think we're actually going to do a little bit of interior decor. This is pretty much the only interior decor that we're going to choose this early on, but that's going to help us get the morale boost because we can then make plants and stuff like that that will allow us to... oh, that's cool. That will allow us to get a better morale bonus from the mess hall than we would have gotten anyway. So, speaking of which, let's go ahead and... Okay, so I didn't accidentally do anything. This is what we're going to do. So we have the farm tile available now, which is huge. That's phenomenal. And let's see. So I think if we were starting from here, that's pretty much where that's going to be. So... Right? Yeah, that looks right. So I want to do 26 of these, I think. 26, right? What's that? Is that 26? 27! I tell ya. So we'll actually go ahead and just cancel one of these. And we're going to go ahead and build flooring all the way to the ladder. All right. Boom, we're going to clear space for all of that. And just because it makes me feel better, I'm going to make everything nice, neat, and tidy with beautiful straight lines. Yes. Okay, now let's look at what we got going on right now. So now our reservoir, while not finished, is getting there. So I'm actually going to also do this. Boom. I'm going to change that to 9 as well. So we've got this taken care of. Awesome. They have cleared the room. I'm going to build a floor, and then I'm also going to drop in a bed, which will prepare us for the 4th duplicant. While we're waiting on that to all happen, I'm also going to throw down some mess tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you know what? I'm planning on expanding. And we'll go ahead and do this as well. Create a little divider. Now, I want to point one thing out with the room overlays. If you look at all this, it says minimum size 12 tiles, maximum size 64 tiles. And my dumbass thought that meant like the ground, like just the tile flooring. And I was very wrong. Very wrong. It means 24 tiles as in the entirety of the room. So if you do a room like the bedroom, which is a 4x4, so that's 4, 8, 12, 16 tiles. So it's over 4, it's great, you're good to go. But I sincerely thought that it was, like, each bedroom had to be 12 feet long. I'm like, that is ridiculous, that's huge. So I was very happy to find out that I was wrong. Okay, so while everyone's snoozing, except for, what are you doing? What are you doing, Farmer Steve? All right, but you know what? So the goal here is, down yonder way, is we have to get, we got to get some food working, which actually, you know what? I think I might just do that up here. And I'm just going to do, no. We're going to roll the dice, real ones. We're going to get crazy with it. I'm going to not build the easy food producer, and I'm going to try to see if I can get the farm built. If I can get the farm built. Oh, here's why. They're probably unhappy because they can barely reach the top. You can see that oxalite has been slowly dissolving. I haven't mined any of this from this spot right here, and it just keeps deteriorating, or depleting, I should say. Okay, so I want them to finish this, and I'm just going to build these ladders for now. But actually, you know what I'm going to have to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So perfect. So right here, I'm actually going to build a little bit of a walkway, because that's about as high as our reservoir is going to get. So, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and destroy this. Actually, we'll just destroy all of these, and that'll make sense in a second. But yeah, ladders are super, super handy, and you can use them as easier access, especially, like I mentioned earlier, in watery areas. But I'm doing this because, actually, you know what I just realized? I'm gonna have to get rid of these too. I'm doing this all because I have to get, where the hell is it? A water pump. That's, of course, crucial to survival. Water, you absolutely have to have it, duh, but, yeah, so basically, I am just trying to destroy the things I can, and so watch this. So we destroyed those ladders already, which was my own fault. I shouldn't have done that yet, but she will actually go underwater and destroy all of that stuff still. Use the ladder to get across, and back across there. All right. Okay. So I do want to, as we've got a little bit of time, research is ready to go, so we're going to once again get that going, so we can now build little plants and lights, which is great. But next up is going to be sanitation. So we're going to get some plumbing working, and also be able to create lavatories and sinks. And there is a crappy little sink that you could build right now, but I actually want to avoid that for a little bit of time, and I want to just try to get us to a better version of those sinks, because it actually, again, it's all about the morale bonus, and that will do a great job to keep that going. So we've got this, we've got a flower pot in. Okay. So once all this is built, that should actually be a huge help. So let's go ahead and, once again, priority tool, huge help in this game. And all this, actually, priority 9. Boom. Let's get that going, gang. And you can see our researcher bubbles ignoring everything, ignores all of it, and I love that, because we set her priority to be focused on building, on researching. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. All right, I'm sorry, it doesn't make it easier. She just, that's her job. She focuses on it, and that's where the job stays. You know what I mean? So, taking the time to analyze your little people, making sure they work for you. is great and absolutely crucial. Okay, so you'll see I just built 2 oxygen diffusers, which essentially take algae and produce oxygen with it. They require a bit of power, so I'm going to connect them via wire, and I'm just going to run it up like this. But first things first, I like to do it like this. Now again, hopefully I'm not wrong in blocking it all off with tile. Because who knows, that might be what's causing everyone's suffocation issues in my other games, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so I just want to cancel the wires to do it a bit more neatly. Boom, boom. Okay, so I want to get this farm working. They're doing a great job already making that happen. All this light blue, that makes me so happy, because look at all that beautiful, beautiful oxygen. Unsurprisingly, the outhouses are providing very little quality in terms of breathable air, but that's okay. But yeah, look at this. We got these 2 pumping it out. That's great. And then I'm just going to go ahead and prioritize all of this as 9 as well, to hopefully get that done. And you know what? Just to simplify things, let's cancel. Oops. We're going to just go ahead and cancel all of this, all that stuff I had them doing over there, because that was just... I feel like sometimes it just takes away from their ability to do other stuff. So, all right. But yeah, if you haven't checked this game out, and if it's catching any interest at all, I highly recommend swinging over into Steam and giving it a shot. I think, you know, around $10, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm very excited to see more of the late game, because as I mentioned, I haven't done the best job surviving. You know, so very excited to see what comes from it. And you know, all these games, if you've played anything like Civilization or Age of Empires, you know, into the old school city builders, SimCity, you know, to be totally honest, there's so many things that I think it's natural to say, oh my god, I have to learn all of this right now, I have to understand it and make it perfect. And it's just not going to happen that way, you know. And I'm saying that to myself. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling myself, because that's often one of the biggest problems I have. Is I for some reason I'm like, I have to make it perfect. It has to be exactly right. It has to be blah 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 blah. And it's just wrong. So anyway. Miss Marin says, I was totally thinking SimCity, so much organization. And this, so far, friends, has been probably the most organized I've been. So speaking of which, it's time to destroy our final ladders. And actually, I'm gonna cancel this top one. I'm gonna leave that for now, because I've seen the duplicants, while durable and relatively smart, can still make some pretty stupid decisions. And it's a little frustrating. They can get themselves trapped pretty easily. All right, research, once again, Dunzo, Washington. So that will now unlock. We can do lamps, we can do ceiling lights, but there is compost pile, plumbing. So this is great because we can now transfer water throughout our base, but we have to build the plumbing. Of course, we have to put in the pipes and all that fun stuff. So, but yeah, it's really a lot to take in. But you know, like I said, we'll get there. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. The farm, and you can kind of see where I'm going. You can see the base starting to take shape. But I'm also going to get rid of this. And I think that'll really do us a good favor there. Okay, boom. Okay, great. So those ladders are destroyed. And I'm going to do that to then, finally, after all this time, get some water for everyone. Ooh, Miss Marin asking a great question. Are there any games that people feel inclined to play around this time of year? That is a good question. That's a very good question. Inclined to play around this time of year. I'd have to think about that a little bit. Valheim comes to mind. I don't know. Is that just me? Maybe. I don't know. But that's always a fun one. Okay, so these bedrooms built. Bedrooms built. Everyone's going to get sleepy. So at this point, I'm going to wait until the morning, but then I think we've got 18,000 calories. We've got plenty of CO2, plenty of oxygen, and more is going to be on the way once we get these, once these bad areas are all built. But I'm actually going to cancel this because, as you've probably noticed, I enjoy making little walls at the end. And for the amount of characters and stuff we have right now, this should provide plenty of oxygen once we're up and running. But I hope so. I hope so. And now that we've got some of the farm built, not a whole lot of it, but you know what? Let's go ahead and we're just going to cancel all this actually for now because I don't want to prioritize it too much, and I'm going to bring this back down to 5 because I want to focus on, 1, getting this built. And bring this back down to 5, 5, and 5. Awesome. Okay, but now that we've got a little bit... Ah, I see. You're the problem. You're the problem. Nice. All right, bed. Boom. Built, because that's priority 9. So we have a bed. We've got a little bit of oxygen, a little bit of wiggle room, but I just think we need a 4th person to really get everything going. So we're going to choose a blueprint. And out of all these people, like I said... I think Liera is probably the best bet. Ooh, actually, you know what? Joshua's out. He's got too many issues that are really terrible. Can't cook. He takes more oxygen. He eats more food. He's terrible. Liera can decorate. She's immune to food poisoning. She can cook really well. And she can't do construction, which is kind of okay. But then, maybe Mima. I think Mima might actually be our choice. She can't do research. That's totally fine. She's got a green thumb, so she's a great farmer, and she can decorate. You know what, Mima? You're up. You are up. All right. I'm tired of waiting on all this stuff because I'm getting concerned about the oxygen levels, so we're going to go ahead and prioritize those a little bit higher, and we're going to do like a 7 on the mess hall just to get that going. Oh man, but I hope everyone is doing well out there, and hopefully this is not too overwhelming because I completely understand if it is. There's a lot to do, and this is basically me dumping all of the information that I've learned over the last couple of days on all of you. So I apologize for nothing. But that said, let's test something. Let's test a theory while we're getting after it. So if I go back into furniture and I go to flower pot, let's see what... Actually, you know what? Let's see. Research. Okay, nothing there, nothing there. All right, that's fine. We'll worry about that in a little bit. There's a kind of plant you can make that actually makes it a lot easier to make your rooms a bit nicer. So, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and prepare the other side of our mess hall. All right, what's our priorities at right now? So that is, so water is going to get built. That's great. Go ahead and cancel these. And we'll go ahead and cancel this as well because that doesn't really matter right now. And that's still working. Okay, so yeah. Mima, I want to make sure that she is prioritized. Decorating, not top pick, but we're essentially going to turn her into a better farmer. So Steve is going to get the day off, and he's going to focus on, let's see. Let's actually change Mima's name even. I think we keep her Mima because you don't change Mima, but Mima will now be Farmer Mima. Farmer Mima. And then, where'd he go? It's Farmer Steve will become Worker Steve. Alright, and for some reason Worker Steve is researching as opposed to doing his gosh dang job. So, what we really need at this point is somebody who can cut through the harder materials which are surrounding us. There's plenty of hard metals and things like that surrounding us. So I want to make sure that we have somebody, which at the very top you'll see hard digging. And none of my people really are very good diggers. So he's going to jump on and take that skill over. You'll see over in the left side of the screen that we have skill points to spend. Now that's because of our increased morale. Miss Marin, 1, says, I got food poisoning on Friday. It's such a terrible feeling. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. That's pretty rough. And 2, there's only room for 1 Meemaw around these parts. And that's one of the greatest things I've read all day. So that's pretty phenomenal. That's really, really good. And yeah, you're absolutely right. There's only room for 1 Meemaw, and she's here now. So hopefully you don't mind sharing a cot. But so through our morale, we have gained bonus skill points. And our worker, Camille, we know because we labeled her as a worker what we kind of want to have her focus on. So I'm going to have her focus on construction. Our researcher will, of course, continue with advanced research, which will now unlock the supercomputer, which is absolutely integral to advancing beyond just our basic fundamentals. So our farmer Mima, we're going to keep her going with the improved farming. So all of these things kind of feed into each other. And again, the organization of our own additions of the classification of their names. You know what I mean? So like by making them worker, by making them this and that, huge help. So this so far, I just need that. So I need to make a plant, and then I'm fairly certain that this room should turn into a mess hall, and then it will become a great hall after that, but I don't know how. I got a new margarita mix today, and I'm gonna be honest, I liked it at first, and now I don't care for it. I actually find it kind of off-putting. All right, how is our farm looking? So you can see all these farm plots are unfarmed. So I'm going to select the mealwood seeds. You get mealwood is kind of your generic standard. You get a lot of these, and they will do a great job of feeding our population. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant all these. I think there's actually a way. There's a way to select everything. Oh, maybe copy settings. Hey, all right, cool. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's, duh, that's how you do that. Duh. Maybe that worked. All right, research is donezo. That's awesome. Okay. So you know what? Let's go ahead and see if we can build. We cannot build a supercomputer yet, so we're actually going to research a better form of where is it? We're going to research a better form of research. So it's that's right. Yes. Okay. So this water cooler will actually be really helpful in making that mess hall even more comfortable. And we need to unlock this bit of employment to do this part of advanced research. So I'm going to click on advanced research and get both of those unlocked. Shouldn't take terribly long. And then so I'm actually going to expand our little place here. Okay, so now that we have this potted plant planted or built, I'm going to then put a plant in it, which should hopefully make this a bit more cozy. So we're off to a pretty good start, and again, you can really start to see how the base is going to come together. You know, we're going to have our sleeping areas, we're going to have our food, eating, recreation area sort of thing, more of our industrial and outhousey sort of rooms. We're going to have our farm up top, and then I think I'm going to turn the top left across from the middle floor, across from our mess hall. I think we're going to turn that into a bit of a kitchen sort of cooking area to hopefully make the most out of our beautiful produce. So that's the general game plan. So I appreciate you all being here for it. And thank you all so much for the likes already. I do appreciate that. That, of course, helps. I want to try to get this out to as many people as possible. But to touch back on the earlier question of, are there any games to play around this time of year? And Miss Marin says, for me, when it gets cold and I want to get cozy with baths, soups, candles, blankies, slippers, and robes, I always want to play Skyrim. I don't know why, I always feel drawn back to it. And I have to say, boy howdy, that you are not alone. And that is such a great answer. And I had this thought today. I was working with a friend of mine who mentioned that there's the anniversary edition. And I'm like, come on. I've bought Skyrim about 8 times by now over the last 12 years, 10 years, 11 years, however long it's been. And I feel like I wasted money, right? I feel like I just threw money down the drain. I already played the game. There was nothing new. It was like buying Fable Anniversary. I loved Fable. But they didn't really add anything new to the Anniversary Edition. So I thought, same thing, right, Skyrim? And I then come to find out that there is a survival mode, which I don't know if you know this about this channel or not, but here we do post-apocalyptic survival games. And I thought that might be kind of a fun series. I don't know if I would live stream that because if you've played Skyrim before, which if you're one of the 3 people on the planet who hasn't, let me tell you, it is intensely easy to, do I not have any algae? It is intensely easy to get sidetracked more than you would ever think you could. So I think it'd be kind of tricky to live stream that simply to keep anyone even remotely entertained. But I thought that could be really, really cool. I've yet to play it. I've yet to venture back into the Elder Scrolls, but it is always appealing. Miss Marin is 100% right with the fact that it is just phenomenal. I love that game. And if it's worth it, it's worth. Apparently it's only $20. Only $20 to actually, you know what? I wonder. Okay, so we have not unlocked Mess Hall yet, or even Mess Hall. So mess tables. Let's see if this works. Let's try to block this in and see if that's the one thing that I'm missing. Because that might be it. And we're gonna go ahead and, just because I'm impatient with it, I want to prioritize that. But to go back real quick to just jump around to every topic I possibly can and to throw a whole bunch at you all at once. So I talked about the hard digging perk in with our character selection, and you'll see this little diamond next to kind of like this middle group. If none of my people had the hard digging perk, I actually couldn't get through those diamond emblemed bits of material because it's just way too difficult at that point, and they just need to have that skill. So always good to have it. Now I'm a little concerned. We're doing okay on our oxygen, but as you can see, all this water produces so damn much, and it creeps its way up. And the more this creeps up, the more it's going to start polluting our entire base. And so I was really hoping to get this these oxygen producers a bit more active. But again, we're in a different world. I've yet to do any of this. We're just going to cancel all this, actually, because I don't want to worry about that right now. Got other things to do. But so things like this, you can see all this algae, this sort of snake skin looking stuff, and that is what you need to fuel your oxygen producers. So I was under the impression that all this aluminum was actually oxygen. So we need to. So friends, we got to find a nice little patch of algae, which is really not looking good so far. It's very, man, we are very slim pickings on the algae. That kind of sucks. So really, I think our best bet is like the 3 pieces over here. So slime can actually be refined into algae with some technology later on. Okay. There are ways around it, of course. There are ways to produce, I'm pretty sure at least, there are ways to produce oxygen without the use of oxygen producers, I think by hell, I don't know. We'll figure it out. What's the worst that could happen? We'll suffocate? Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Okay, so you can, I mean, look at this. You can already see it's just been slowly trickling up, slowly working its way up there. So that's kind of a bummer. All right. All right, so let's see. So all that's being produced there. Let's see, is this room? Okay, so yeah, hey, all right, we have a mess hall, so that's great. And once we have, okay, this is good news, good news, good news. Okay. So we're gonna get a little crazy now. We're gonna get a little crazy. And again, I might ruin everything right here. That's very possible. You know what? I like this better though. So we're gonna make a bathroom essentially on the back side of this place. And this is gonna help with sickness and all that sort of stuff. Any sort of diseases, because as your people just run around naturally, they, oh nice, we got the water cooler. All right, so let's see if that helps as well. But so as your people are doing all this stuff, they're basically just coating themselves in disgusting germs and all that stuff, and they need a way to clean themselves, right? Just like we all do. So what I'm putting in right now is a sink, toilet, and shower, and they will help to mitigate all those issues. I want to make sure. All right, so that should be 24, 5, 6. Okay, cool. So that's actually where I want to go to with the tile. Cancel all that. Now I'm going to put tile down because I'm actually going to also add we're also going to add piping through all that. So what I mean by that is I'm going to take all this liquid piping and it's going to come from hither. You know what? Let's see. Can we find another water source? I don't think so. Not in the amount of, I don't think we'll have much success if we do. So what I think we could do is hopefully have enough where I'm going to create a water pump out of the, and this is why I left a little room down here. I'm going to put a water pump at the bottom, and through said pump, I'm going to have to connect it to some power. Hopefully this won't overload everything, but it definitely might. And we'll drop that down all the way down to this right there. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so the tricky part, kind of tricky part, is this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna just carve our way down to this machine. And we'll do one more there. Yeah, I'll just do it like that. There we go. That should work out perfectly. So then my duplicants can get all the way down to the base of this, base of the reservoir, build this water pump, and that pump is going to then start putting water into our restrooms and things like that. So once again, hopefully that will work out just fine. So while my duplicants are working on all that, I'm also going to connect this pipe. I'm not going to lie, this part is often what confused the hell out of me the first few times I've been doing it. It's taken me a lot of trial and error to figure out how to actually implement these properly and make it work. Okay, so I'm running pipe all the way to all of my white arrows on items. I always thought that it was going to be the green arrow that would put in what I need to put in, or like, you know, I feel like green is the input, white's the output for some reason. I don't know why. Totally wrong. So you want to take all of your piping that's going to something and connect it to the white arrows, and then the green is going to be your that's the stuff you don't want to hold on to. So I'm actually going to make this go a different direction, And I'm going to connect all of these. And what I'm going to do now, because how awesome is this? All of our research is caught up. So now what I want to do is, so again, we're on an asteroid. There's no ship coming. It's up to us to get out of here. Our water is really low already to start. So what I think would be the best bet is to find a way to turn dirty water into clean water. So again, maybe there's somewhere else I should be focusing. That's quite possible. I'm not totally sure. Again, I'm not very good at this game. But, maybe we should do power first. Screw it. We're going to do it how I want to do it. And I want to try to get this water sieve, which is going to be super, super, super helpful. Because what it's going to do, what I'm going to have it do, is I'm going to have it basically take all of our dirty water, all of our unwanted, undesirable refuse water, shit water, and I'm going to have it pump through the sieve, clean it, and dump it back into our water reserve. So hopefully it will continue to provide a level of consistency through our water reservoir. So hopefully that'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. So far in all of my playthroughs, it hasn't worked. In fact, it's went quite poorly. I just can't believe that both of these are... I have no algae, which really sucks. There's a whole bunch here. All right, well, let's try to... Let's just hope for the best. How about that, gang? Huh? What do you say? Hope for the best? Yeah, that sounds good. But so this is great. So, you know, all of the sinks, they're already built. That's great. They're going to continue to plug in the pipes here, which will make it super, super handy. Now, I do need to finish creating my output pipe, which I'm going to have this kind of go down. And then now you're thinking, well, if I combine these two, then we're screwed and it's going to get really gross. They've added a liquid bridge, which will allow you to jump over one route of something. So even if you have like wires or pipes or something, this keeps it from connecting so your clean water doesn't run into your dirty water. Really, really small details that you have to pay attention to. Speaking of small details, you have to look at this bridge and you can see in the middle of it, there's a transparent arrow. So I'm going to rotate this so it's going the direction I want it to go in. I'm then going to connect the white end to my other pipe, and then connect the green to a brand new pipe that's going to be going down. Oops. It's going to be going down into the reservoir. Once again, we're going to do it. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I just have to make more pipes real quick. Connect these down through to the base floor, over to here. And once again, another bridge. Rotate it so it's going the right direction. And continue the piping. But I'm gonna have it backtrack just so I don't mix it up. Okay, so this is actually gonna be great. Nice. So what I'm gonna have this do, just to make it all make sense, let me show you the, so this overlay will show you what I mean. So all of the clean water is going to pump from this pump up through this pipe. I can't believe you can't see my mouse. I needed to change that. I need to change that setting, don't I? But so it's going to go up. And it's going to go in this big square all the way up, into the sink, into the toilet, into the shower, and it's all going to get taken care of there. And then it will go to the top. You can kind of see it highlighting up there. It's going to go to the top, down, back over those same pipes, and drain back into the initial, into the reservoir. We should be good to go. So I'm going to build another ladder there, just to help the access of everything. And hey, if I'm lucky, this might actually work. All right, so this is a bit of an issue. You can start to see my first floor is starting to become, it's breathable, but it's going to shortly become really pretty unbreathable. So I got to be careful of that. Something is squeaking. What's squeaking? All right. All right, so let's go ahead and actually cancel all of this as well, because I don't want them to focus on that. I need to get these pipes working. So priority, 9. Boom, all that, 9. And let's see as well. So this is now a great haul. Look at that. So we have a +6. Missing research station. What? Oh, right. So some of the things that we need to learn are locked behind certain stations, obviously. So this computer the supercomputer needs to be built as well. It doesn't have to be right next to the other computer, but it's helpful. All right. So they're doing a great job. They're pumping out the bathroom stuff, which should be made sooner than later. But really, well, either way. Yeah, so all of my plumbing should be finished right around the same amount of time. The wiring should all be pretty done. And farming is looking great. Let's go ahead and just cancel all this actually for now. Because again, I don't want to have people have to focus on stuff right off the bat. But yeah, look at that. That's not too shabby. And all right, so once again, look at this. Oh, look at that. We've actually got 3 room bonuses right next to each other. So let's see how that's affected our skills. So still nothing, but you can see, look at how high Mima's morale is. Which, by the way, she's our farmer, so let's go ahead and give her a farming hat. I think that's fair. You're our researcher. Let's give you a... Ooh, that's a terrible hat. I like it. And construction hat, and let's give you another... Ooh, yeah, a little excavation hat. I like it. I like it. Okay, so yeah, so the goal right now is we're going to continue building this, building up this part of the plumbing. F6 will allow me to see all the inner workings of the pipe work, which is great. But they're going to need a little bit of help getting to here, so I want to get all that going. Okay. Insufficient oxygen supply. Okay, so this is a problem. So you can start to see, because I don't have any algae, which, to be perfectly honest, I was really expecting to have more than this. So let's see. We gotta get over there, don't we? We really, really do. Yeah, I gotta get all this algae that I can. All right, so that all the way up to there. Okay. Yeah, this is an absolute must because we are starting to get overwhelmed with CO2, and that's gonna kill us. Okay, so buildings lack resources. That's talking about this. Our oxygen diffusers don't have the thing to actually produce it. But earlier I wanted to talk about how I appreciate that Klei doesn't actually hold your hand while you're trying to learn all this stuff. But in the left side here, you'll see all these little tutorials and little videos. You can watch all of these, and it will actually show you. Right? Like super handy. This is... Nice. So it doesn't explicitly say, hey, you have to do this, but you have the option to try, or to try to learn, which is super, super cool. I think that's just such a nice touch. Okay, let's go ahead and redo this. All right, but this is going to be priority 1. That really doesn't matter right now. All right, so we've got the farm working. We've got a great hall. We've got a bathroom that doesn't have the piping yet, so it's not entirely done. We've got, see, and look at this. Oh man, we're starting to, oh man. Okay, so actually we have to kind of prioritize this a bit more. Because we got to get that algae, because, let's see, what do we even have in storage? We have nothing in storage. We have, let's see. Yeah, we got nothing. So typically what I've done in the past is there's a way to actually produce, there's a way to produce like an oxygen pump, or like a gas pump that will pump out the air from whatever room that's in. But that machine itself, oh my God, yeah, we're screwed. We're not screwed. We're gonna be okay. Oh God, we're screwed. So right now would be a terrible time for me to introduce another replicant, because, or duplicant, because we have 6,000 calories. We're close to being in a bad position. We have, our oxygen is depleting by the minute, which is terrible. But once we can get these pipes finished up here, and now that we have some algae, okay, so look, check this out. Hopefully she's going right here. Thank you, Mima. Mima, for the win! Coming in and hooking up the oxygen diffusers. Now, it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm hoping, and hopefully I haven't blocked off the rooms too much, but this will start, obviously, producing oxygen, and it will put us in a position to be a bit better equipped to survive the, you know, the impending doom. But we'll see. I could be completely wrong. It's happened pretty much every other time. Okay, so all of that polluted oxygen is going to flow into our space. So what I would really love to do, what I would love to do right now is I'm going to check out my research. I'm very close to getting the water sieve produced, which is great because that's going to be at least a small help in recycling our air. But what I personally want to do, and this, again, I could be wrong, this might be a terrible focus, but after that, I'm going to get this ventilation. This actually unlocks the gas pump I was just talking about to make it, you know, where you can hopefully pump in fresh air. But I've had zero luck doing that properly. But this right here, this manual airlock, I think will be a huge help to help mitigate some of this, some of the gases that we don't want from expanding into our base. So hopefully I can get some airlocks here and all the way up that will continue. Look at this though, look at that. That's already producing so much oxygen. I love it. That's phenomenal. But yeah, hopefully that will work. And look at this, look at this. All right, Worker Steve farming, which is fine because Mima is running on the treadmill instead of doing her damn job. But yeah, really, really great. Let's see. How can we, let's see, decorating. I mean, yeah, she likes it, but I want you to focus on that. So I'm going to try this. I don't know if this, whatever. Mima, do your thing. Somebody else is doing your job for you. So all of these meal ice will become food for our survivors. And at this stage, you could be really tempted to build a kitchen and put a lot of effort into like making that work really, really well. But even just using the ingredients that we're growing in their raw form, our duplicants will they can survive off of pretty much just eating these raw meal ice. So that's going to be really helpful. Nice, Mima. Way to get into the action. All right, let's speed up time a little bit. And now, friends, now that we're researching, we're going to now do for the manual airlocks. And I'm going to hope beyond hope that this will actually help also mitigate some of this CO2 output. Because again, I'm going to try to replace my doors on the ends of my aisles with those airlocks, which don't allow gas through or water. And so hopefully it'll help to keep some of the CO2 out of our lovely living areas. Okay, so now the question becomes, where are we going to put this water sieve, which is in our refinement category? We take the sieve. Let's slow down time for a second just to see. I don't want to build here. I want to kind of continue it as a... screw it. Yeah, all the piping is right there. Ooh, actually, boom, we're going to put it right there. We're going to let it pump out all that disgusting air that it does. We're going to run some power to it, and the power is already working. So we're going to go here. Right. This is going to be a very good idea. So all of our clean water... Or, I'm sorry. So what I'm doing here, I'm connecting the green arrow to the current output pipe for the bad water. And then I'm going to input all of this dirty water here, which I'm actually just going to redirect like this. We're going to delete that pipe. And we're going to connect it like so. Boom. So every single bit of dirty water will now flow through the sieve, and so it should clean all of it and keep our reservoir hopefully at a decent level, because you can already see depletion in said reservoir. So really, really tricky there. I feel like we're gonna need another battery. That's one thing I honestly really struggle with in this game, is understanding the amount of usage that comes from certain items. It's pretty intense, or it's pretty just like, I don't know. I struggle with it a little bit, and I'm working on that, but I'm hoping that it makes more sense. Basically, I'm just saying it's not always easy to tell how much power output this one wheel gives and how much is being used. And again, I feel like I'm maybe just missing something, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's pretty slick. All right, everyone is snoozing. We've got the sieve that's going to be built down here. Our farm is working. Now we're digging out this top bit, and we're almost finished with the plumbing. But so check this out. These people have hard dig, or actually worker Steve. Steve's the only guy with the hard digging perk. And so he had to carve through that himself, but now Mima's helping. We're going to get all this done. They're going to build the floor. They're going to build the pipes, and then we should be good to go. Because you can see right here, the water is not flowing, or it's flowing to the toilet, but there's nowhere for the refuse to go, so they can't use it quite yet. So the upside is I still have these crappy little outhouses. So before this is done, until this is done, they have an option to relieve themselves. But look at this. So you can already see this sort of piss-colored dot is bad water. And then they're going to finish this pipe. It's going to flow down here, go across the bridge, down here, down across this bridge. It's going to get stuck right there until they finish this ladder and pipe. So let's go ahead and... Nice! They're already on it. So it's going to build up in the back of this pipe. Oh, keep going! Come on, your job's almost done. Oh my god, look at all that CO2. Oh, that's terrible. It's so much CO2. Oh god. And in the bedrooms too. They're literally just sleeping in rooms full of carbon monoxide. Oh, my poor duplicants. All right, once this final pipe is placed, then we're gonna see the real magic here. Oops. Then we take this, connect this to the output. Boom. All right. No. Oh god, all wrong. Okay, so my bridge actually did connect to the clean water. So I need to make another one right there. So I'm then going to add a liquid bridge, which will go the right way. And that's how I need it to connect. And I'll add that. And hopefully... Yeah, okay, so I'm making a bit of a mess. That's okay. This will all make sense momentarily. So all of our clean water is currently flowing through there, which I wish that... Okay, so let's see what I'm doing wrong here. Alright, so the dirty water is going the right way. And it should go across this bridge. All right, I think we're in action. I'm fairly certain. Yep, timer is working. So all of this water backup is actually good. That's showing that it's pumping into... It's not going there though, is it? It's not. Is it the shower? All right, so I'm fairly certain that the water is going where it needs to go. And I'm hoping, really hoping, you know what? I think I actually have to build one more bridge from here to here. And I think that should do it. Yes, okay, look at this. Look at this. So my dirty water is going down into here. Oh, must be my kitty cat's... Oh, wow, we're way past dinner time. 8:45. Goodness gracious, little lady. All right. So let's go ahead and see. I want to make sure this is still working. So we're a little backed up there. So let's see. How can I... Okay, so I'm trying to unblock this. Why is that not working? No power. All right, because everyone's asleep. Okay, so this is kind of my issue every time, is I feel like I'm just missing something that's right in front of my damn face, and I can't quite find it. And everyone's starting to... Oh my god. No one can sleep. Oh man, that's terrible. Let's see, can I still don't have those. Okay. So we're about 25%, 20% through our next bit of research that will allow us to make better doors to hopefully help fight this this oxygen deprivation. So the upper floors look great. Upper floors are crushing it. Oh man, my poor people. They just can't breathe. Ms. Marin loves hearing the kitty cat meows in the background. They are so subtle. She is a soft-spoken and yet intensely sassy little thing. Okay. Research is complete. Really? Okay, not quite yet. Alright, so we have a new replicant available. We're at 12,000 calories. We don't have a room built yet, so actually let's go ahead and prepare just in case we are able to get another one here. Okay, this is filtration medium. Oh, am I out of sand? I must be out of damn sand. Okay. So here's what we should do. Here's what we're gonna do. It's always good to have a backup option. So I'm actually gonna add... Oh, that's cool. So I connected those two things, which now will allow... I added a piece of pipe so that just in case... Yo, screw it. I don't even care. As long as these are all going to the right place, then I think we're good to go. So, like I said, is my toilet getting... Yeah. Toilet's ready. Shower looks good. Okay, cool. So I think, I'm fairly certain that our bathroom is squared up. So, that's good to go. All right, bathroom. Good to go. I'm going to build a little... I'm going to get a better door. Hopefully, pretty soon. How are we looking on research? Research is almost done. About halfway. Got a little bit more to do in the on that front. Come on. All right. No power there. Why is there no power? Oh, okay. So definitely, I do this all the time. Be careful when destroying stuff. Remember earlier I talked about you can actually click numerous times on an item. So let me show you a good example. So right here, I've got 4 different things. Something isn't right. I think I'm actually going to destroy my piping just to clean things up. But I've got 4 different items in one square. So if I click each one, a yellow highlight appears above each item. So if I wanted to only destroy this tile, I could do it that way. If I wanted to destroy the liquid bridge, I could do it that way, or the second liquid bridge, I could do it that way. So it makes it super easy to take care of all the things you got to take care of. This is a big hot mess, and I wish that I had done a better job. So let's go ahead and fix it right now. So my output is going to go this way instead, and down, and then into that. I'm going to then cancel this output pipe, and then maybe just the... And then let's just give an example of what I was talking about. So I'm going to go to here, I'm going to destroy this liquid pipe, deconstruct that, and we're going to see how it looks at that stage, and see if that makes it any better. Okay. All right, people are sounding good. How are we doing on this? Research is done. Okay, awesome. Schedule, priorities. Schedule, by the way, I did also learn the other day. I will admit I did not learn this myself, but you can actually remove. So this is where you can set all of your duplicant schedules, and you can actually remove that. Come on. You can take away their first hour of sleep, and they won't even. It doesn't matter. They're totally fine with it. And it just gains you an extra hour of work time. Super, super handy. Okay, so research, boom. Let's go ahead and get something else in the works. But now what do we do? So we've got power. Yes, of course. Power. I should have probably done this a while back, but what the hell? We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Okay. So, let's go ahead and see. They're all good there. Power. I can't believe this one wheel is still doing as well as it is, actually. And it looks like it's time for some manual hair locks. Now, again, I could be dead-ass wrong, but I think this should work by building these 2 doors right here. That should make it a lot better and easier to breathe. You can actually see the adorable animations of them holding their breath. You see how her cheeks are all full? That's because she's literally standing in a room full of CO2. So, not the best, but it does the job. I must be missing sand. I have to be missing sand. Okay, so let's see. With this desalinator, or with the water sieve, you need sand for it to extract or to clean the water, essentially. And much like algae, we are kind of SOL on that front. Okay, but now that that door is getting built, I'm going to then reconnect the wires, which get our CO2 working, or I'm sorry, get our oxygen producers up and running once again, and hopefully that'll help. All right, now let's check this out. So that blocks gas, and this will also block the gas. Okay. So now... So now, how are we looking? I don't think we're quite ready to introduce a 5th duplicant. So let's see. We've got another bedroom here, though, so let's get this set up so that whenever we are set, we can get that going. All right. This bathroom is not ready yet, so let's go ahead and get I want to get an airlock in here as well. Hoping that will help with the emissions elsewhere. Yeah, it's got to be sand. I gotta find some sand. But you can see either way that our water sieve is still not quite okay. So this is all wrong. Hilariously, our bridge is just putting all of the water back into the reservoir. So we need to delete that. So I need to pause real quick. I'm going to go into my plumbing pipes, and then I'll hit X, which will allow me to deconstruct. I don't like that idea. We'll just go ahead and do it this way. Destroy the liquid bridge. All right, so we're doing okay. We're not doing great, but we're doing okay. So maybe we try to start opening up the air a little bit, opening up the rooms. This is doing what I was hoping, though. This is definitely yeah, this is definitely keeping the oxygen up, and it looks like it's even depleting it a bit here. My concern by using these airlocks, though, is that I'm going to pretty much suffocate my people while they're sleeping. So here's what we're going to do, friends. Here is the game plan. Oh, funny. Miss Marin asking, can't wait for her stream debut. Speaking of my cat, does she like to hang with you at the computer, or is she a little wallflower cat? I hope it'll happen one day anyways. Can't assume. Well, let's see if I can... Let's see. Hopefully one day she will show up here. She loves to be a computer kitty, and she will often hang out with me in the wee hours of the night when I'm out here doing my thing, which is always hilarious, because I'm trying to be attentive and be a good owner, but I also am trying to play my damn games. But honestly, after losing my my boy of 16 years about a year and a half ago, the most important thing... Wow, look at that split, by the way. Okay, this is the move. I'm fairly certain this is the move. But honestly, my point was going to be, pay attention to your animals. Give them as much love as possible. And, you know, they deserve it all. They really, really do. Okay, so here is where I might be going wrong, because I've done this in the past, and like I said, it's never went really well. So I'm going to create a gas pump, and I'm going to place it right above my oxygen producers. I'm then going to produce... I'm then going to run gas piping from this green arrow up into the tile, and over across and down, and I'm going to pump one into each bedroom, and hopefully with the balance of the oxygen producers and all that beautiful O2 up there, hopefully that will all pump together and clean and keep a nice, breathable, clean room. Or clean air into our room, if that all makes sense. We'll see how it works. We'll get that going right now and hope for the best. Miss Marin says, I'm so sorry for your loss. 16 years is a long time to be with a little being, and ain't that the truth? I had Achilles. I had this guy for 16 years, from the time he could fit in my palm to his very last moments, and what an important creature in my life. He oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah, what a dude. So cherish every minute you have, because they are just the best, and I miss him dearly every single day. Yeah, he was a very handsome... He is a very handsome boy wherever he is. Wow, look at all that oxygen. Look at this. I'm surrounded by breathable air, and yet I can't... Okay, so my goal with all of this is to hopefully pump all this O2 into the rooms that need it. And... I don't know. I hope it works. I really hope it works. Yeah, thank you, Miss Marin. Yeah, the fancy outfit, that was actually a gift from my sister-in-law. Unbeknownst to her, it was the same year, or it was months before Achilles passed, and it was serendipitous to receive that hilarious yet phenomenal picture from her, and I was very grateful for it, and it hangs in a place of honor for that exact reason, because he deserves it. But yeah, my point is, you know, pay attention to them little stinkers, as they are not here forever, and our time is limited, even as humans. So definitely make sure you're giving the love where it needs to be, you know what I mean? All right, nice job pumping out the gas pipes. I'm not gonna lie, there's also something I love about placing ventilation. I don't know why, and again, I've never gotten it to work really well, but I just love doing that. I don't know why. Now you're probably wondering why I haven't done anything with this water, because I'm trying to figure out what's the best approach. All right, but while I'm looking at that, I don't think I have any sand, so I kind of feel like this is actually just a big waste of energy right now. So I'm going to disable the building. I'm not deconstructing it, I'm just turning it off. Yeah, exactly. Achilles was the inspiration for our Valheim hero. Which, speaking of Valheim, friends, holy shit, we haven't even touched on this yet. Valheim official, the both the Reddit, the Twitter, everything has released, and Von Fink did us a favor of posting it in the Discord today. The rumor is that Mistlands will be released before Christmas. And the bigger rumor is that it's going to be released, I think this upcoming week. Now, with all things in life, I think it is always best to temper your expectations. It's better for everyone. It makes it a lot easier when it's wrong. That said, I'm pooping a little bit in how excited I am. The thought of this is so exhilarating. Sorry, I just realized that I also don't want to be pumping our dirty water into our clean water, so I need to find a different place to dump that real quick. So actually, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna dump it all in here. So let's see. We're gonna create a little space. We're gonna take this pipe that takes our dirty water, and instead of it going that way, we're gonna destroy this, and then we will run our pipe. Instead of going from here, we'll run that pipe down this way, right to there, and we'll have a dump into there, and that should be hunky-dory. And actually, we're gonna need to prioritize that, because that is going to be crucial. Otherwise, all of our stuff is going to get disgusting. All right, so that priority is up. This is working. All right, so we're doing okay on food. We've got a place to eat said food. We've got people choking on CO2. Awesome. We've got beds. We got a bathroom that's actually, is that working as a bathroom? As a latrine? No, it's not. Okay, because that door is yet to be built. That's okay, not a huge deal. It's got plenty of air to breathe, so that's the important bit. Okay. You will also see, so this says max gas pressure for these oxygen diffusers. This, I think, is where I often screw up. You want to make sure that your room, because this room, the one we can see right now, is actually full of, it has no more room for more pressure. So actually, let's drop that. And let's see if we can actually just destroy, if we destroy some of these, even though we've taken forever to build them, maybe if I do that, if I destroy these, it should hopefully pump some of that O2 into the base floor, and so it's not so much pressure just on the vent. But yes, back on point. How exciting! The prospect alone of a possible Mistlands release has me in a tizzy, and I'm very, very excited about that. And I believe him. I think, you know, I do think that, yes. Oh my god, okay, I'm covered in piss. All right, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But yeah, super exciting, and I would love to see that happen. And I'm excited because that, like I said, we're going to start, once Mistlands drops, Achilles will then go back into his world, sucked back through the void, brought back to his original realm, and he's going to explore the Mistlands solo for a little while, and then all the real ones will come together, and we're going to kick the hell out of it. But super exciting. But also, we got so much Valheim news today. We have so much to go over. I will actually be streaming the finale of the Fenris speedrun. DJ and I, DJ Clayton, one of our phenomenal real ones here, has offered me the option to stream the last bit and to do it here on RealGrogg. So I think that's what we're going to do, and I'm very much looking forward to it. We have not set a date yet, but that's what's going to happen. So we're going to be doing the final part here, and it's going to be an absolute blast. And do I still not have a wire connected? What the hell's going on? Oh, because nobody's on the wheel, right? Okay, so you know what? I think once we have a bed built, so we're actually going to go ahead and check what kind of... Okay. Okay, so let's check out our people here. So we've got a skilled digger, germ resistant, slow learner, unpracticed. So Gossman, not bad. Not a bad choice. Ellie can't dig and can't do farming, but she's really good with machinery. That might actually be perfect, because I basically need a mule right now. I need somebody that will just consistently run on that hamster wheel and keep this place powered up. That's what we need ATM at the moment. But also, these are actually all really good people. Really, really solid. So I think what we should do, I'm going to back out of this for a quick second. I'm going to pause for a brief moment. We're going to step away for mere moments. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be back momentarily after a quick break, and we'll decide what to do at that point, all right? Be right back. All right, and we're back. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate that. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I love the characters snacking too. Little lunch break, eh? Yeah, that's how I like to look at it. I think they deserve a little rest after the hell I've been putting them through. Okay, so CO2 is still creeping up, but it's slowly dissipating. Now this little room here is going to be crucial. Oh man, this is just turning into a hot mess though. So it looks like this pipe is holding off on releasing its detritus and disgusting elements until this valve is finished. So once again, we're going to go with priority. It is already set at 9, so I'm hoping... well, one, I'm hoping that everyone can live through the night without dying of gas poison. Gas poison? They're literally taking, like, deep breaths just to try to survive the night. Oh. But, again, this is kind of... Oh, right. Okay, so, now that we're back from the break. I think the move... I think we go with Joshua. Oh. You know what? We're going Gossman. We're going Gossman. Gossman it is. Boom. She's in, and she has a bed assigned to her. Awesome. Now you just have to walk through urine to get to your bed. Sorry. Alright, but everyone is now awake, which is great, except for Farmer Mimi, or Mima, which... Okay. Okay, so I need somebody... I'm just going to set the alarm. So I'm going to turn the alarm way up. I'm going to hit the yellow alarm, which should make people really focus on just creating the valve. Make the pipe. Quit going to sleep. What are y'all doing? I literally set your schedules to not sleep. Oh, I see. And now you're awake. Gotcha. Okay, my mistake, my mistake. Okay, somebody build that damn pipe. Not the ladder, the pipe. Am I missing something? And then dig these, okay, yeah, dig those out. So, okay, so once that's going, once that's working, yep, clean the pee. So here's the thing I don't really understand, that I feel like I'm missing something. I'll set the priority super duper high. Nothing else is a high priority. Except for that door and that for some reason. Oh, that's the algae in it. Yeah, it is. Okay, shoot. We'll simplify here. We'll simplify everything. And we're just going to have them focus on what needs to be focused on. Where we're going to go. Go ahead and do this just to make an easy access point. Nice, thank you, Gossman. Just shows up and she's already helping the community. I love it. I love it. Boom. Vent done. Okay, now we hope beyond hope that... Yes, okay. Blup, 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 blup. Lovely. Okay, so that is good to see. And just to make sure, now we got to reconnect our good water and disconnect our bad water. Yep, because that's going the wrong way. But that's okay. But that's okay, because even if it goes through the sieve, no big deal. If it goes through the dump sink, that's fine too. So she's going to go up there, destroys that. So now that pipe isn't even an issue. The sieve and all that stuff is out of commission. So now our only pipe work is in the right way. See, this is all a hot mess too. All right, gang. We're on the cusp of getting things properly taken care of. On the cusp of it. How are we looking here? All right, so this is still pretty much unchanged, but you can see I was right. Oh, vindication. Okay, so all this oxygen is being pumped, and since I opened up the floor on the left side, it's actually flowing through, and it's going to continue to ventilate. You can see the vents are also working. Oh, this is good. This is good. Okay. Okay, it's almost like this is starting to work, which is mind-boggling. And that'll keep that there. So now we've got a bit more room to expand. And we'll cancel these two actions because that's unnecessary. And those will happen as they happen. All right, cool, cool, cool. Now I'm destroying these floors because the drop sink didn't have enough room to do its job properly, so I'm actually just doing this for the future and so that the water drains off and people don't have to work with wet feet. Small little detail, but I think it'll really help in the long run. Okay, now let's check how our plumbing is doing, and then I promise you we'll move on to something that isn't toilets and showers. Alright, so let's just zoom out a little bit. And we're just going to destroy all the bridges. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. All right. And let's go. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So we're out of algae, so that kind of sucks. But this room is pretty much full of oxygen. And as long as I can find a way to keep those running, that oxygen will then pump into this vent or gas puller, gas machine. And from there, it then pumps it into the bedrooms, which you can see that doing it right here. And so it's doing its job. It's making things more fresh, keeping it all, you know, somewhat healthy. All right, so we're almost doing okay, which is more than I can hope for. But I do think that we're going to need a bit more here. But let's go ahead and put another. Let's go ahead and put a vent up here, a gas pump up here as well. I'll have it run this way, down here, and let's see if this works. Hopefully that'll work. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Because I really want to get this. I want to make sure the bathroom is also ventilated. Because come on, that's stanky. Okay, and our sinks and all that stuff. So the good water is going into the sink, into the toilet, into the shower, and then the bad water is all coming out of all three and dropping itself into this disgusting cesspit down below. Awesome. I'm going to change this door into a manual airlock, which will then keep that CO2 out of there as well. And I think, friends, that this might actually be okay. But I've been very wrong before. But look at this. Look at this. They're already in a much more oxygenated area. That's huge. Okay, that is huge. We're producing food. We've got 15,000 calories available. And I haven't even actually built a single kitchen item, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. So let's see, how are we doing? Do we even have any coal? Because if we have coal, I'm gonna go ahead and build this thing right now. Or not a single, oh wait, yep, not a single gram of coal. So it's kind of pointless right now for me to build the coal generator, which sucks, because that was one of the things I wanted to do. So I would imagine if I were to search this button, although it looks like a seizure. Okay, so let's find consumable ore. No. Organic, maybe? What's this? Slime, algae. Okay, so that's what that is. So consumable ore, let's just see. So that is bleach, salt. What's this? Oxalite, salt. Okay, so not seeing much in the way of coal. Granite, sedimentary. And fossil. That's interesting. Oh, like fossil fuels. So that's where they get the name. So I'm not seeing anything for coal. So that kind of sucks. Okay. Organic maybe? Or no, I did organic. Liquid. These little overlays are pretty handy. I will definitely give it that. It's pretty slick. Filtration, what is this? Okay, so there's sand. Okay. Well then, we need sand. Well, how are we doing on water? How are we doing on water? We've already used about half of our water. So you can see how quickly it goes. Okay. So another thing I do want to do then is I'm going to make a water. This is a very small detail, but this little bottle emptier will be really nice. Because then any bottles that need to be emptied, obviously, or bottles of water or anything like that will just be able to be dumped back into our reservoir, and we'll take care of it that way. Boom. So now we can do that. And we can decide to only dump in clean water with this. And then we'll make a second one. Yeah. We'll make a second one right here. Oh my god, that just looks disgusting. I feel bad for... Oh, I should have taken care of this a while ago. Okay, but we'll make a second one right here as well. O for rotate, because that makes sense. And now that should be a bit better. Wow, look at that, friends. Look at that. Our RO2 is pumping, but see, here's the problem I always come to, is now the room that we're pumping all that great oxygen from, it's taking all that oxygen and it's depleting it. So what I want to do instead is I'm going to try to clear a little space around each ladder, hopefully open up the skies a little bit, and give everyone a bit more room to breathe, as it were. And now, where did we see that algae? I think it was all right there, right? Yeah, so all this algae I want to try to get for all of us. Boom, and then this one will be only polluted water. So we'll dump all of our clean water in the clean reservoir, we'll dump all of our dirty water into the dirty reservoir, and then... Ooh, and then here's what we're going to do. Yeah, we could actually just take... Okay, I got some thoughts for the future of this place, but we'll see what happens. Alright. So that's disconnected, and so that water pump is actually not doing anything. So that's an issue. So let's go ahead and reconnect the power here. And that's all good, that's all good. Nobody's running on the wheel. Which I'm actually going to build a bigger battery to hold a bit more power, which will be pretty helpful. Okay, and also, I think because we've got this one, I hope it's going to be the right call, we're going to just go ahead and destroy both of these outhouses. I'm hoping by doing so that will help to keep the air a bit more clean and fresh, so people don't have to suffer through that as much, because they are already kind of suffering, and I feel bad about it. Okay, now we said the sand. Where was the sand? Resources, materials. Okay, so right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Boom. All right, let's get up to... Let's just get all the way up to there, actually. That's probably our best bet, huh? And let's just cut in... Let's cut in right here. Yeah, that's the move. All right, so we'll just go ahead and cancel out everything that we don't need that isn't sand, just to make it nice and easy. Okay, so we'll carve through there. So by the way, in case I didn't mention, you need you need 2 spaces to be able to move. So make sure when you're digging things out that you've got enough space for your duplicants to run freely. Okay, so see, this is the problem. Let's see. I wonder... So you can also plant oxalite plants. I actually just found a seed for it. We're going to need some more storage as well. So let's go ahead and get storage. Let's just do storage. Let's just do it right here. It's fine. Made a mess. Oh no, somebody pissed themselves. Which, hey, it happens, I guess. Alright, so that's... All the water's going in, all the water's coming out, right? So that should be good to go. Yeah, this is good. So we've got both ends of the rooms with airlocks. So it's keeping the oxygen in. So I think that I think that should be okay. The bathroom looks good. But the rooms that are pumping it out are soon going to start pumping out bad stuff. So I'm actually going to disable... I'm going to test this out. I'm going to disable the CO2 gas pumps. Long commutes. Oh, funny. Wow. I've never seen that warning before. It actually warns you if your duplicants are running too far away to do their jobs, like it's such a long ways. And yeah, I mean, I get it, but the hell do you want me to do? Okay. So let's take stock. Let's take stock for a moment here. We've still... Okay. Mess hall. Bedrooms. Was I going to do a kitchen? Kitchen, we're doing okay. We don't really need it. But what do I need to make that? I'm going to make a kitchen. Spice grinder? Screw that. And a refrigerator? Okay, so hey, that's good. We just got the washroom. Oh, nice, and not even the latrine. We got the washroom morale bonus. So this block here, this block is looking pretty good for the most part. That's pretty cool. Not too shabs. I'm hoping beyond hope that as we expand our, maybe if we open up. It just takes so damn long. So I'm actually going to speed up time. I'm going to try to get them into there. How's our water looking? You know what? That water's getting pretty low, isn't it, friends? I think it is. Hopefully all of this... So now that I've carved out... Now that I've carved all this out... Oh, actually, I need that for... Algae. I need your algae. Okay. Research. I haven't been researching this whole time, but that's okay. Well, this could be a pretty good idea. Okay, so, well, let's think about this. What do we have a lot of that we're not able to utilize right now? We don't have any oil. We don't have... I don't think CO2 powers a gas generator. Petroleum, we don't have that either. So, that all kind of sucks. What's this? Hydrogen generator converts hydrogen into electrical power. I haven't seen many hydrogen atoms either, so I don't know if that'll do us any good right now. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just do that for now. We'll get some refrigerator. We'll get a refrigerator going, so then, if anything, we can at least keep our food even more fresh. Which I gotta say, normally by now I'm getting a constant. Yeah, that's actually doing exactly what I was hoping, which is a little bit of CO2 on top of it to keep it more fresh. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's gonna be working. Honestly, as I think about it, so man, this is tough. This is tough. So we're going through water, but we're not dire yet. We've got a bit of time. What's all this? What's this old? What is this liquid? Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and make. So basically, what I'm thinking here. Ah, look at that. That makes me very happy though that these are all still working. At least where they're sleeping is providing enough oxygen to keep them alive. This whole thing is blocked off nicely, and I think if we can just get that algae, I think we'll be okay. Why are you pissing yourself? What is going on? Why are people pissing themselves? All the pipes are right? Ah, no, because they're not doing anything. So people aren't... That makes sense. All right. So now that we've got the piping working again, that should hopefully help. Ah, there we go. Okay. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? Okay, so now people should be using those again, so they should stop peeing all over the damn base. So when people do make a mess in your colony, you need to go ahead and hit the M key, and then just clean it up by mopping all that stuff up. There are apparently some people or some items, some creatures or something like that that you can get later on that will clean up for you, which is great. But I have yet to be that good. Okay, so our oxygen is pretty low. It's getting better, a little bit better. And it looks like we haven't even started with mining the algae. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. But let's see, how can we get more into this room? I think our best bet is going to be just carving out a bunch of this. Again, I could be completely wrong, but that's the theory I'm working with. And let's see, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just gonna do it like this for now. Carve that out, so hopefully they can just kind of Alright. That should hopefully let them climb up in there and do what they gotta do. If I built that correctly. Well then shit, why don't I just go ahead and alright, so I'm gonna break that wall down because again, yep, you can already so you can see this is usually what's been happening in my builds where I'm missing something and I'm not able to keep everyone. Well, I guess, and typically I'm not on a map this with this little algae. Typically I've had a lot more. So let's go ahead and bump the priority up on that one more time. Get all this up to a 9. And hopefully that'll help. But our piss room is looking good. Everything is relatively suppressed, which is solid. Sleep, sleep, sleep. All right, go to bed. Go to bed, worker Steve. Okay. Now we have a replicant available. Now we're getting unrefrigerated food, which actually, that might have actually crossed the feud. Is it state? I always forget station. I always forget what the refrigerator is actually under. Food, plumbing, ventilation, refinement, medicine, furniture, station, copy. Okay, it must not be done yet. Oh, because we don't have any power. There we go. Because everyone's choking to death. Okay, so now we got some algae working. We got some, okay, and it's all been cleared out. I'm gonna actually leave this whole area to hopefully start filling in with some O2. And then all this. Sand, sand, sand. Beautiful. So actually, we're going to go ahead and... Here's one thing I don't like is I wish all this water would just drip down. I built this mesh tile to hopefully... to try to funnel it down, but it just didn't seem to work. So we're going to go ahead and just clean all that jazz. Alright, I feel like we're so close. We're so damn close to being able to have a self-sustaining place. So close. All right, so I'm in the process at this moment of redistributing the, oh my god, oh, we're all gonna die. I mean, everything's gonna be fine. We're all in this together. Okay, let's try opening up this as well. Let's just see if that helps at all. See, look at this. Oh, hey, let's enable. We'll enable that one. And while it's doing its thing, we'll hopefully keep everyone alive, right? Totally fine. We're totally fine. We're doing okay. We're okay. Okay, so all of that is hopefully going to start pumping its way into the main base. Now that this is pumping out fresh air into the bedrooms, that should help, and into the portal room, that should help as well. We've got food still growing. Food still doing great. They're carving this space out, which hopefully all of that... Again, I don't know. I'm no scientist. But hopefully that will disperse some of this terrible air. Long commutes. Yes, yes, I know. Well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? All right, so we've got all the sand we're going to get. This is probably just... Yep, okay, but here's all the sand that I want. Okay. So everyone's snoozing. You know what? We're in crunch time now. So we're gonna make bad decisions at this point. Okay? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be too small. So let's go. If I was a bedroom, I would probably go right here. Oh, that's good. That's a terrible idea. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna let them do their thing. But while they're doing that, let's go ahead and upgrade real quick. So Mima, you are our farmer. Keep tending them crops. Gossman, you're our digger. Well, what are you into? What do you like? What makes you happy? So she's very strong. Gossman's very strong. So I am actually going to do this carrying because I want a lot of this junk out of the way. What's the hat for this? Carrying. Oh, I like it. That's a good hat. All right. And then our researcher will continue growing with field research, right? Because you're super smart. Oh, yeah. Nice and smart. All right. Camille, our worker. Improved construction. Then our worker... Steve, very middle of the road. He really doesn't have a whole lot to boast about. So we'll make him a super hard digger. I like it. Okay, growth pressure halted. So here's the funny balance: is so now all this air is polluting areas that I don't want it to, and it's actually slowing the growth of my plants now because the pressure is alleviated. I tell ya. I don't know if anyone here ever played, was it Kerbal Space Flight? I think I played about 12 minutes of it, and I realized I'm not anywhere near as smart as I need to be to play that game. It's like, if you don't actually understand thermodynamics and everything that goes along with it, you're going to fail. Which I think is a bit of a high curve for most gamers. I don't know. Okay, so we'll destroy that, and then we will disable this. That's probably going to make a mess. That's now disabled, which was probably a little too soon, but this should be okay because the water can sit in the pipe, and it'll sit right there. Once I get this pipe built, let's see, can you see that? Yeah, right around there. Once I get that invisible pipe built, then that should have helped. Oh my God, all the bedrooms are just covered in urine. Man, this is going really poorly. No, it's great. It's great. We're doing well. We're doing well. All right, go finish that thing. Go finish that thing. Turn the desalinator or the sieve on. Enable. And now, real ones. That should hopefully start to work. All right, that's looking good. That's all looking good. That's disabled, so that should all divert this way. Okay. Now, how can we breathe? We're looking we're looking pretty good, but we're gonna run out of algae. That's a fact. No way around it. So we need to find some more slime, algae. Okay, so all that's algae right down there. That's good to see. Ooh, all this. Ooh! Oh! I got too excited. Oh my God, look at this huge cache of. Okay. Okay. I'm getting excited now. Okay. Let's slow down. Let's slow down and think about this. Let's think about this, because I don't want to pollute all of that. So we're going to do a ladder, and then we're going to clear out all of this space into the cesspit. Yeah, we'll clear all that out. And hopefully by doing this, it will funnel that gross water, or the polluted water, down into this little soon-to-be cavern. And then from there, I'm going to actually build a water pump in the cesspit, which will pump all of the water coming into here into the sieve. And I'm going to try to do that with all of this, because look at this huge cache of polluted water over here. Oh my god, 2 of them. Okay, so I should be able, if I do this right, which is the big if I do this right, I should be able to funnel this disgusting bit of water into this disgusting bit of water into this lovely bit of water. I think that should work. I think. So, we'll see. We shall see. But our water's doing well. The reservoir is holding. So I think really the kicker here is, 1, maintaining oxygen. But by digging out this whole area, it's going to be a lot of algae, which is great. And I've also been very excited to check out what's in these areas. So I am actually going to do another set of ladders up here and destroy all this. Okay, and then we're going to get this ladder all the way down. I said this ladder all the way down. Get all this out of here. See, it kind of sucks, is like a lot of this water is a little higher than my current reservoir, so I'm really going to have to build like a straight line all the way across just to kind of draw it out for you now, and also to make sense of it in my own head. Just going to go here to here. That's all oxalate. Oh well, not going to help me at this point. Okay, so that's not too much to ask of all of them, so hopefully they can get all this done in a decent amount of time. See, and actually, even if this overflows, even if this all overflows into our cesspit, that should be okay. I don't like this is adding so much polluted water, but that, you know, it is what it is. No power. Okay. So like I said, there's always, you know, it's impossible not to feel slightly overwhelmed pretty much at all times playing this game. There's a whole lot going on, and a whole lot you kind of gotta keep your head on a swivel. So our current blueprint, it truly feels like chaos. It absolutely is, but it's such a surprisingly enjoyable chaos. I don't really understand how, but it is. Okay, so Farmer Steve. See, this is the funny thing. They're not named like this, but for some reason I'm having a repeat replicant of Farmer Steve. So that's just kind of funny. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do is, instead of taking on a new person, even though actually, you know what, Nails is just who we need right now. With a +9 excavation, good construction, interior creation, and she just can't interact with animals. We've got a whole garden going. Actually, let's double check that. We have 10,000 calories available right now. So you know what? I'm going to give us a little bit of a boost. We'll get another person. So we're going to... Yeah, her stress react. And what's actually really funny is their reactions, whether it's a happy or a sad reaction. Like, there's one called Sparkle Streaking, I think. And they literally just, like, sprint around the base with a rainbow flying off of their backside, just in utter ecstasy. It's hilarious. Oh, I hope all this works. Okay. So all of my stuff is going through there. That's working fine. That's all working fine. How is this? I'm really surprised that all of this is actually running off of one generator right now, though. See, this is the bad thing. So some of the rooms are starting. Okay, so it's a delicate balance, pretty much at all times, of keeping everyone alive and breathing properly. It's such a fine line. Okay, but the garden's back in action. That opened up the air a little bit, which isn't bad. Not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel these tasks because I just don't really care about them right now. And then let's see. Okay, so maybe if we get rid of some of this as well, that will help. Oh, but it's all super hard. Damn it! Because I've only got, I think I've got two guys, two, or maybe even just one. I think maybe just one has the ability to dig through hard material like that. Okay. My apologies. I often have I often have that sort of overlay on with the oxygen in particular. All right, this is a huge score on the algae, though. Huge score. Okay. So you know what? I actually just don't feel like this is... Our priority right now is actually not to get the water taken care of. So I'm going to stop that task right there, and I'm going to continue. Let the cesspit do its thing. And just to keep the flow where it should be, I'm actually going to build a tile floor right there to hopefully kind of block some of that. Uh-oh. Hey, worker Steve, don't get trapped. Get out of there. Oh, I guess he's got two ways out. He's all right. Okay. Woo! Nice job, everyone. Nice job. All right, ladders aplenty. Let's go ahead and drop a couple more. You'll see me building these horizontal ladders, and I think I mentioned this at the top of the stream, but it's so helpful to maintain, because they can use them as little runways. All right, that room's back to kicking ass. Okay, cool. And the mess hall, we can breathe, but not breathe very well, but it's okay. It's breathable, at least. We've got very breathable air in for the most part, like half and half. So only when you sleep are you getting poisoned. So it's not a big deal. It's only when you're sleeping. You know, totally, it's like, that's at least 2 stars. At least. Okay, let's get rid of this jazz. And so that's all just breathable as well. And it's slowly kind of making its way into... Ah, that makes sense. So this little plant here will actually produce oxygen, as most plants do. Okay, but you know what? This top floor ain't doing anything for anyone. And... Let's see. We got about 10, 12 minutes left here, so let's see how good we can make this place. How good can we get it? A little floor there. All right, of course, everyone's going to sleep. I appreciate that you can speed up time, but I kind of wish, well, you could set everyone's schedules where they're awake at different times and they're not all asleep at the same time or sleeping at the same time. And I usually would do that. I've actually been going in and taking everyone's schedules and modifying them so that they have a bit more of a diverse, there we go, work schedule. And so it's not all at the same time. And it makes it a little bit more helpful, but it's also kind of, it's just time consuming and kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, so nothing's changed there or there or there. Hydroponic farm, super cool. Refrigerator. Let's go ahead and just drop a fridge like right here. That's fine. Boom. And then we're going to go ahead and just deconstruct this and knock down these, well, actually knock down all this stupid junk. Because now that we'll have a fridge, it'll actually keep our food more fresh just naturally, obviously. And, yeah, so that'll be really, really beneficial, and we won't really have to worry about the things we've been worried about this entire time when it comes to food. Okay. All right, now what am I doing over here? What the hell am I even over here for? Oh, the algae, that's right. A massive cache of algae, which is why that's actually, okay. It's funny when I make a plan for myself and I still kind of forget why I was doing it. But now it all makes sense. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Okay, so all this is going to get smoked out of there. All the way to there is going to be the best bet. Okay. So we'll make a ladder. We'll let all of the cesspit stuff sort of run down. Okay. So let's actually cancel all that. Yeah, because I think we can harvest this beautiful bit right there. Okay. Now, I'm very curious to get into this, though. I've never been in the unknown labs or anything like that, and so I really want to see what is going on in there exactly. Which I must have... I bet I have to go through the door. I bet that's exactly what I have to do. So we'll do this. So I'm giving them too many tasks right now, but, again, use that priority tool, and they will all... snap to. Alright, so no power there because no one's running on the damn mill. So, we have a day and a half until we have any new replicants. We have far too much time, or too many things that we have to do in too little time. So, the upside, look at that. Holy crap, what is producing so much oxygen over there? That's awesome. It's all urine and shit water, and yet somehow it's the most breathable air in the entire colony. I don't know. Okay, so let's continue with our ladders. That seems to make things so much easier. Boom, boom, boom. That's all the way down. Awesome. So they're already working on these, which is huge. All right, speed's all the way up. That's priority 9, so hopefully this whole thing is going to start to get... Actually, you know what? We're creating a little... That's right. Okay, because I'm going to try to flood all this in here. So what I'm going to do right now, while I'm waiting on everyone to get all that stuff over here, I'm going to put in a blueprint for a water pump. And I'm going to add some liquid pipes, and all of it is going to pump into the water purifier. And so hopefully this huge reservoir of bad water will turn into good water. Hopefully. Hopefully. If anything, hell, we actually might need more room now that I look at this. Yeah, see, this is what I was hoping for. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So now I want to see if I can... Nope, see, I got no one. All right, I need some people to be better at digging so we can get more action all the way through. All right, so that's built there. Beautiful. Nice job, everyone. Let's get that up there, too, just because it makes me feel better. And then we're going to need a little ladder. All right. How are we looking up here? Still can barely breathe. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna enable this too, because we're somehow getting a bit more oxygen through that. So I'm gonna turn both those on, and hopefully that will pump more of that O2 everywhere. All right, research is done, I think, right? Yep, nope, we're still working on that one. So I want to check my wires, make sure they're not overloaded, which they are. Okay, so they are starting to become very overloaded. Which is kind of a shame, because there's really not that much. Okay, did that help? Nope, that did not help at all. Oh, man. Okay. Let's think this through. So we've got a lot of O2 coming from here, so we're going to... Because we're getting down there. We're getting down there. We've only got a few minutes left to make this place relatively self-sufficient. There we go. Okay. Gas pump. Boom. Gas pipe. Pump you out all the way down to... Wait, no. Where does it go with this? Where do I need more oxygen? Where was I just gonna put this? I just had an idea for the... Oh, right. I didn't mean to build this guy. I meant to build a new power generator, because we've been pumping it all out of that one. Honestly, I'm surprised. This whole base has been running off of that one power generator. That's really, really impressive. So just for my own sanity, I might just build it. Whatever, we're low on time. I'm just going to build it right here. Come on. Build that. We're going to have this run down. Let's see, what's an easy route? This way, down to here, down to there. Okay, and then we'll disconnect. So basically, your wires can become overloaded by taking on too many jobs and having to run too many things, and so you'll see the wire that right now is purple. Well, they're all purple, but this left side one that's running a lot of my gear is going to flash yellow whenever it is on, because it's strained. It's running too much, and you know, I'm doing what I can to mitigate that, but we're getting... what are the pipes doing? The pipes are they are sending air from these oxygen gas pumps. They're pumping that through. Let's see if I can show you the overlay. The pipes are pumping all the air into the bedrooms, into the bathroom, and into our makeshift research/energy room. And then the wiring is, of course, powering everything. Those are all looking pretty good there. Somebody pissed themselves again. Why is that? Why is that? Because that's all backed up. This thing should be running. No power. Right. Okay. Chaos. Absolute chaos. All right, we're down to 39% breathability in this place. I feel like that should be higher. 40%. There we go. That's better. All right, no research focus. I don't even care. I'm not worried about the research at the moment. We're just gonna let things happen as they happen. Like I said, we're down there. We're down there. All right, our output pipe is totally full, so I need to get the power to this bad boy to... There we go. Okay, see, now this thing is pumping, and it's going to be pumping out all that nastiness. Awesome. All right. That's doing its thing. That's doing its thing. That's all jumping that in. Okay. Got some hypothermia. No big deal. Who hasn't had hypothermia? Deal with it. Oh, the pips. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a misspelling. The pips are just little wild creatures that you can actually, I did not expect to get to that tonight. You can actually tame animals and make a little ranch and improve your husbandry skills in that ranch, which is super cool. And the pips, I don't know what they do there. I think you can make them as pets and all that stuff, but they are eating something. Yeah, what is that little guy doing? He's got something in his mouth. It's digging, and it just... Okay. Okay, Pip. So, they bury seeds in the ground whenever they can find a suitable area with enough space. So they just planted something right there, which is pretty adorable. Okay, how are we looking here? How are we looking? So oxygen is actually fairly balanced. It's not doing too bad. It seems to be getting a lot better since we opened up all this space, which is awesome. So I think that's kind of a key, is you got to make sure that you're keeping your place open. I did unlock a while back these airflow tiles. They don't block any, it blocks liquid, but not gas. So that could be super handy. I don't really know how yet, but look at this. Yeah, even our water level is evening out with O2. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Hey, our oxygen is actually getting pretty good. That's great. Okay. Well, now let's go ahead and break the dam. But I want to make sure this is all working right as well. So if we look at our water sieve, that thing is working overtime. And not a second too soon. Okay, that should all be working there. That's all working. So, yeah, really, we're just backed up. So what I'm going to do here, since we're backed up on the disgusting pipe, I think the right move would be to create a secondary dumping spot so that... Oh, wait, actually, what am I doing? Why would I do that when I already have one? I'll just re-enable. So you'll see all of my pipes here are very overloaded. And so people are having a tough time getting comfy. So if I just re-enable this one, which will keep dumping into the same area that I was hoping it would, that we all created this little cesspool for, then that should hopefully make it a little bit easier to maintain the workability and the comfort level of all that. Yep, see, look at this. Look at that. Look at this. It's actually working. It's actually working. That's pretty slick. Okay, gang. Well, look at this. Looky, looky, I got hooky. We've got pretty decent oxygen. We have a supply of algae over here. Here, let me get out of that. Algae is all around here, so we're going to be good to go there. We've got some energy powering the pumps, which is creating more and more water. All of this yellow water is going to be pumped through these pipes to create more clean blue water, which is then supplying our bathrooms and restrooms. We've got a whole farm. I would say, call me crazy, I think we might have achieved comfort and sustainability. I think we somehow found it. This is kind of a shit show. It's not nearly as neat and clean as I was hoping, but honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I think this is actually a pretty good foundation. I'm pretty happy with that. Our breathability is at 98%. That's incredible. 23,000 calories. This is no joke, friends. This is the best I've done to this point. I was a little doubtful at first with our lack of water, but we're pulling it off. We're making it happen. That is so cool. How satisfying is that? And look at this. Our water is actually catching up now. We're just, creating clean water. That is so cool. That is so cool. Well, thank you all so very much for sticking with me and joining in on this different gameplay of something that we haven't tried yet. Oxygen not included. What a blast. Klei Entertainment, once again, bringing it with some really, really awesome stuff. Very polished, very clean, and super cute. Like in such a weird way. It's such a cute game. and the characters, just the little animations, I love it. It's so fun. So it's definitely been a bit of my addiction outside of God of War, of course, but this was a great attempt at a new survival game that we have not tried yet. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel as well. I might be trying some videos with the Skyrim survival mode. I was thinking of doing sort of like an episodic release. I want to try it. I haven't tried it yet either, and I think that'd be really, really fun and kind of like an old school Valheim sort of thing. You know what I mean? But I agree with DJ Clayton. I'm glad I did not choose hard mode either. So thank you all very much for voting and choosing the middle range. I would say for middle range, it all went pretty well. But yeah, thank you all so very much. I wish you nothing but the best health and happiness, and to rest any wounds, and to take care of yourselves with your sicknesses and all that stuff, because it is a rough time of year to be dealing with all that. And so I really I appreciate you, one, hanging out with me here and all of the great real ones that show up. It's just so nice to have you swing on through and have a great night with all of us. So thanks again for checking this out with me. I would love to do more of it, but, you know, drop a comment after the video's over down below, and let me know what you think, or if there's anything particular you would love to see me play, or if you just have anything on your mind. Love to hear from you. Make sure you're joining the Discord as well. That's always available to everyone. Hashtag RealGrogg is the Discord, and there is also a link for it on my YouTube page. So thank you again, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. I really do appreciate that. It's a huge help for me. And yeah, I can't wait. I would say this week, with the holidays here in the States approaching, I'm probably not going to be doing much. There might be an open session with Valheim. I'm not going to lie, I've been building the wall like crazy. I've been trying to keep it tempered in and not do too much outside of streaming, but it's also building a wall, so it's not that exciting. That said, been putting a lot of work in there, and I would love to get some more of us in there and continue growing that, but there's so much to do. But have a great night, everyone. Thank you so very much. As always, you're the best, and I cannot wait to see you again next time. Till then, stay real.